Meeting this person again.
Meeting this person again.
When they see this guy.
Sure, we can do that.
Oh yeah, are we with Dwayne right now?
No.
We were. We left.
You're with that girlfriend of Elijah's and
I am.
No, we just went to the other
I
small
don't think we
town.
are.
We went back.
I thought
Correct.
someone
You
was
were-
leading
you
us
were-
to Tyler's character.
Yeah, you're looking at him with floofy hair. So you walk towards when you go walking towards the man, the one that you were told to meet with. You were told he was a mountain man, so he easily stands out as the person that the two of you are supposed to meet up with. Tyler, can you do me a favor and I don't know, I have it set up like that. Tyler, do me a favor and describe the character that they start walking towards.
when they're walking towards him, he's not actually facing them, and he's actually bent down, feeling and looking at the ground. for
Describe that
tracks.
buttocks, please.
Sure.
Yeah, how shapely.
It's Beyonce combined with Jennifer Lopez.
Oh damn! Excuse me, guys. I'll be back.
Woo! Can't wait.
Yeah, I'm done.
Okay, he's back.
It doesn't take long.
That was a quick one. New record.
No,
Oh,
he's kind of like crouched, like feeling the soil and stuff like that, and looking about. So from afar, I mean, he's a big guy, but it isn't until he stands up that you realize this guy is huge. He's 7 feet 7 inches tall, big burly, wearing armor, wearing the skin of an animal. You can't exactly tell what. What you thought was a great sword on his back is actually just his staff. And he has a short sword at his hip, and when he turns around, he's got a dagger across his chest. The hilt of it looks bone. It's a bone knife, essentially. The hilt is bone, but when he pulls it out, it's steel. If he were to pull it out. He's lean and strong. He's scarred up and down his arms and body. Kind of marked as tattoos.
Wait, hold on. There's scars, but they intentional scars, like it's branding almost.
Correct,
or
but it's
scarification?
from knives.
Yeah, so scarification.
Yeah, scarification.
Okay, cool.
He's got a blue-gray skin tone and has piercing white eyes, and he has a long bow on his back, along with his staff.
I love how
And,
That's a lot
whenever
of weapons.
Yeah.
I love how whenever you ask somebody to describe their character, if they do it from their head, they sound one way. If they read it off a character sheet, there's a very specific tone that they have to it.
I had to
You know what I
turn and read it off of my character sheet. Did you notice the difference between the two?
Oh yeah. You can hear the tone change, and then because that tone is for me, it's always the same that I hear other people do it. It always reminds me of, and my character has blue eyes. I mean gray eyes. That whole just. Sorry.
Yeah, I couldn't remember, so I had to open my character sheet.
My name is Gallstaff, sorcerer of light. Like.
Is that from something?
I've also been having a weird issue with my throat and my voice, so I'm actually losing
Sorry
my
about that.
voice already today for no reason.
You know what you need? Tea.
I can't have caffeine right now.
Well,
I'm
well,
gonna
that's
have
right.
some
Then you get chai
cough
tea.
drops.
Chai tea isn't chai tea fake tea? Or is
No,
that
chai
or is
tea
that
has
chamomile?
caffeine.
So it's chamomile that's fake tea.
Chamomile's the one that puts you to sleep.
Yeah, it's fake tea.
Give me
honestly,
2 seconds.
One.
If you want to talk to the giant, go ahead. Just I'm gonna be right back home.
She walks up to him, grabs him by that booty, and says, "You'll do."
This does not happen. This
Oh.
is not canon. That's not that's not how that goes.
She goes, "There's the cannon." No.
Oh my gosh. Anyway, she would approach him first. Elijah's doing whatever. Anyway, would I have known his name? Did Dwayne tell us?
He did. He actually explicitly said it last time. Which, by the way, remind me what it is.
Devosky.
Okay. So she'd walk over to him and say, I take it you're Devovsky?
I
Dwayne was telling us about you and how you had maybe seen Kudan somewhere nearby. Is he still around?
Scott, what do I get from this?
So this is wild cunning. It takes only one action. You call out the spirits of nature to aid you. When you cast a spell, choose one of the following effects. If there's any tracks on the ground within range, you know where they are. You make a wisdom
It's the tracks.
Okay, cool. Roll that survival check.
I get advantage from it, right?
No, you just. Oh, yes.
Go away. He didn't call for you.
Oh my god, I rolled like
shit.
Kick it.
That's for me to follow them as opposed to find them. So I located them.
Mm-hmm.
But I probably failed at following them.
Not necessarily. So you Rena, you deliver your line. He's looking down, and you notice the tracks. So, go ahead.
I hear there's tracks leading where he is. For the name the Destroyer, I expected somebody bigger.
She'll just smile and say, well, looks can be deceiving. I take it, you're able to help us then? Track him down?
Yes, he's been running amok and interfering with the ways of nature.
Well, I'm looking to take care of it, so I appreciate the help.
That is why I am here.
She'll gesture towards Elijah and just say, my companion is also with me and will be coming along. We're looking
And
to
I'm
leave.
Elijah.
Once more with
He doesn't say
feeling.
that. Sorry, I just want to get the cat off me.
We're looking to head out as soon as possible.
You look unfit for battle, small man.
Once more with feeling.
Well, I didn't sleep very well, but isn't that noticeable?
You must have magics, yes?
Oh, right, yes. Of course.
Good.
I'll show you later. I don't want to use a cantrip.
A whole new world. Now.
He would also speak up. He is one used to being hunter. I am hunter. He probably has traps, ambush set. Keep your eyes peeled.
I'll follow behind you, big guy. He's like thick, right? Like he's not like a slender man. He's like a big.
He's
guy,
a
right?
big guy.
3 C's,
right.
not just 2.
I mean, he's
Little
7'7".
extra C there.
He's probably in the 400 plus, or actually, he's actually quite light. I'm not 300 pounds, probably 400 pounds.
I will walk behind him the whole way.
Okay.
Yeah, he's big. And I will. He'll be following tracks.
Rena, go ahead and roll me a survival check flat.
Okay.
I did.
Sorry, I have to open it.
You're following the tracks. All of you are following the tracks, making your way towards this man that you're now on the hunt for. This creature you're trying to hunt down. the one that has killed 2 of your friends. I mean, honestly, after everything that you've been through in life, you finally escaped that place. Granted, axe in hands, you lost that axe as well. Not in small part to the fact that you are always being hunted down. Always. And your most recent hunter is taken from you, your 2 friends that you made since you're able to earn your freedom. Well, take your freedom back from Peridot. Elijah's a fine enough companion. Truth be told, he says words that you don't care to hear. Talks too much. He's kind of an ass. But not like a nice ass like Jan does. Speaking of nice ass, you at least get this guy walking in front of you.
That's why I'm following behind him.
But unfortunately, he seems to be deviating from the course that, like, you see the tracks. He sees the tracks. You guys are both following. Doesn't change the fact that he always seems to be going off path. Almost like he's trying to take a different route that makes no sense to you. You were told to follow him by Dwayne. So the first couple times he does it, when you finally come reline with the tracks again, seeming like he had to find them again, or whatever the case may be, you start to realize maybe he's not the greatest of trackers. At first, you gave him the benefit of the doubt. Maybe he just knew another way. But now you're realizing, you're pretty sure he's just wasting very precious little time.
I'm sad I can't have double advantage because I rolled so bad.
Rena, do you address this, approach this at all? Or do you leave it be and trust Dwayne's judgment? Dwayne's
She
judgment
she
for faith in this person. It's not like Dwayne's with you.
But right. I mean, just out of frustration, she would probably make a small comment, but nothing like, what's the deal? She would just kind of be like every time he goes off course, kind of be like, I think I see the tracks over here, kind of thing. Kind of communicating with him, gauging his reaction to it.
Too nice.
That's you, Ty. Die.
I'm reading something.
Too nice. You know how big this guy is? I'm trying to piss him off. He could punch me and I'd die. Like,
Maybe.
yeah.
Or he actually
He would simply go, fresh tracks this way. Those tracks. Okay. And would listen and probably oblige and follow whichever tracks were the freshest.
Okay. So, as she kind of like points out that you're effectively going the wrong way, and it seems like you are taking her advice as opposed to, I know better, correct?
Correct.
This is unfortunately probably a couple hours into this trek. I'll allow you to roll another survival check. I have to water down this juice because holy.
Is that
fuck,
both
sweet.
of us?
I have.
That's
Hey.
what the?
Yeah, wait, what?
Why is there a -7? On
That was
one?
weird.
The physical dice didn't represent it correctly. That's all.
Oh,
The virtual dice just say aren't what you go by. It's always the
Yeah, because I saw an 18 and then it said but it said -7.
Funny.
Which is
I
really
don't see that when I
weird.
mouse over it. It says 10 plus 5.
But that's fine. So, you, sir, are... Oh, God, I feel like I have to seize up here on my nose. You, sir, are following along the tracks and seeing it. As you guys are traveling around trying to follow these tracks, and you are, in fact, following them, you can see that they're getting fresher. They're moving not the fastest. It's not even really his tracks that you're finding. It's the tracks of his damn hound, which leaves behind an odor as it goes. You are smelling it as you go. It's one of those kind of like bite-in moments. You know, you bite in your time as you smell this pup. You are following along the tracks as they get fresher. Do you guys choose to stop and speak with each other at all, or do you just leave it?
Yeah. If they get relatively fresh based on my roll, like to the point to where I think we're within 200 feet.
Oh, Jesus Christ, not within 200 feet. That would be...
Really close.
Yeah, you'd be like licking them at 200 feet away.
Then
if you
what?
mean like a
500 feet?
Like a mile or so, like really fresh, like just passed through, couple minutes sort of a thing. That'd be a different conversation. Like less than an hour, it would be like super fresh. 200 feet is like, he usually attacks you from more than that away.
Okay. So then whatever super fresh is, whatever makes sense in this.
I'd say
'Cause
when
I'm
you
trying to think in
think
distance.
you're less than an hour away from him. You know,
Okay.
These tracks are less than an hour old.
Is Rena still following behind Devosky?
Yeah, are we? Assuming we're still on the right path and she hasn't said anything here.
He will
Yeah.
raise his hand and just go, And he's gonna pull out a trap and place it and cover it in brush. Because I have a hunting trap.
Should I
A
place it
mile
here?
away?
I'm gonna place it in some sort of bush or somewhere along these tracks in case flanking occurs.
So in case somebody comes up from behind you,
Correct.
and then you're gonna continue traveling forward.
And then he's also at the same time going to cast this. I clicked it. There it is.
Ooh.
Gotta teach me that one.
We must be hidden on approach. Stay close.
You guys are going to be rolling these stealth checks as you're making your way closer, trying to bring your way in. Luckily for you, you can move quickly because you follow in his steps.
And we get a +10.
Yes, sir. Whatever you roll, you're going to add 10 to it with your brain.
Whoa!
Mine's a 16.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, what?
Jesus Christ. And
So
all of a
if
sudden,
I
Elijah
put
gets
the
an natty
+10
20.
If I put +10 on the sheet, it just makes it 12. So
No, just roll it
yeah.
and then add 10.
So I'm done. I was just fixing it.
Just roll it.
And he still fails with the +10.
I wish I could give you my superiority die.
I think it's a little late.
No, I can't.
Rena
do
was
that. I wish I
contemplating
would.
adding her superiority die, and then she saw your roll, and she's like, nope. No, I'm good. Oh, man.
A 13. It's still a 13 with a +10, but the natty one we have fumbles on this. So
You want to
Yeah.
luck it?
You can't luck a fumble.
Oh.
So Scott, it all depends on how you want to play that.
Yep.
I did lay that hunter's trap just now.
Oh, boy. So, oh, God. Yeah, but that was a while ago.
I'm just
You-
gonna.
you
I'm
should've
just gonna be
ignored.
down here. I think. I'm
Yep.
just gonna spend the rest of the stream down here.
You guys are making your way along the tracks.
Those
You're
are
following
bad rolls
the-
too.
Yep. You're following the really. You rolled a 3,
three, a 3, and a 1.
and a natty 1 equals 3. God damn it, boys. So anyways, you're following along the tracks, trying to make your way to him as quickly as you can. You cast a spell. You leave behind no trace yourself, and certainly you're a lot quieter, blend in a little bit easier with their surroundings. But unfortunately, as much as that may be the case, that doesn't change the fact that the two of them are loud. They are not good at stealth. I mean, you'd expect maybe a little bit more from Rena, just the way that she moves gives you this impression that she knows how to be quiet when the time comes for it. Maybe she's distracted. Maybe she's, I don't know, something. You don't know her from a hole in the wall, but she has this look to her, this like gleam in her eye. Unfortunately, you do know that look. Makes sense why she's stomping off the way that she is a part of this hunt. She's so loud. It's frustrating. You actually spend so much of your time being frustrated about how loud the two of them are. You're losing your own grace. You're distracted by how bad they are that you can't even stay in the shadows or secret yourself. Then you get to the point where you're like, I'm pretty sure they're around here somewhere. I don't know if they've picked up on our track or not yet, but I'm getting the impression that we're definitely quarter-mile away at most. For those non-Americans, quarter-mile away, just over 1,000 feet. Let's call it like 300 yards. Like maybe we'll call it 400 yards away. So you think that they're about, sorry, meter. Sorry, yards and meters are more or less interchangeable for me. So I know they're off by 3 inches, but whatever. So about 400 meters away is where you think that they might be. You're getting this impression. Maybe it's time to slow down. Unfortunately, your slowdown comes to a hard stop as your friend over there. Is that guy? Is that one that you're walking with? His foot falls into a bit of a sinkhole. Maybe it's a trap. Whatever it is, his foot completely falls through the ground, and you hear a loud snap as he does so. Like a really loud snap as he does so. I need from you, Elijah, a Constitution save.
I'm really bad at that. Ooh.
You rolled well though.
Cool. That loud snap that you heard was actually a branch that broke way underneath there. Unfortunately, whatever's inside that pit is kind of like got your leg wedged in a funny way, your ankle's turned in a funny way, where you're stuck. You don't. Just a quick assessment of yourself. You don't think you've sprained your ankle or anything like that, but you are definitely, your leg is definitely stuck there, and you definitely made a bit of a, a little yelp or something as that happened. Immediately, the two of you hear him do that. And his leg is stuck. We're talking about what's it called, knee deep in the hole that's right there. How do the three of you immediately react?
I'll run over. Well, so whatever. I'll go over to where he is and try to help him get out.
Irina, guys, I failed the roll.
Scott, Davosky's gonna immediately look about to see what's going on around him.
Perception check to look around you, Rena. You said you go over there to help him?
Yes.
Okay, Rena, you're going to assess the situation. Roll me a medicine check.
Can I assist?
Fuck
I'm
this.
in the
Fuck
trap.
this. Fuck this. Fuck!
Oh, you begged and it got... Listen, when he begs, Aklo, don't give it to him.
Uncle, thank you, buddy. Wow. That's awesome.
Oh, is it given to him? Okay.
No. You got the 11, he got a 13.
Oh, okay.
Rena, you're gonna roll that medicine check, but he's gonna be like, no, hold on, and he's gonna try to help you.
Okay.
Advantage.
Okay.
Because I do have proficiency in medicine, so.
Good. So, checking out really quickly, you can see that his leg is stuck inside there. He's got some scrapes on it and whatnot. Two details come out to you as you see this. Detail number one. While his foot is stuck in there and he's gonna have to try to pull the thing out. It probably dexterity check is the best way rather than trying to pull it out hard. It honestly, looking at it, it does not look like this is it does not look like this was something that was intentionally put here. It honestly looks like he stepped into like a sinkhole. And
wow.
So this was not a trap that was laid. This was completely unintentional.
It's just bad luck.
However, the sinkhole that he stepped into, the reason why it happens to exist there is because it was a bit of a log that was sitting. It's the snap that you heard, but his foot went through. Because it's completely overridden with termites, and he's now having a bunch of termites starting to crawl up his leg, where his leg is stuck there. It's a whole bunch of insects are very pissed that he just put his foot into their goddamn mound, and they're starting to bite at his leg and climb up it. Tyler, you're looking around, trying to see if anybody noticed, anything saw, anything's around, so on and so forth. At first, nothing really catches your eye as being out of sorts. You don't look around, you don't see anybody in the shadows, crouching, stalking you, anything like that. You don't hear anything out of the ordinary. Nothing comes to you being strange. For now. Cool. What do the three of you do?
Well, I'm trying to help Elijah get out quickly.
Okay. So Elijah's gonna have to roll a dexterity check. I usually give disadvantage because of the scenario, but Rena's gonna make it normal. Or you can give Rena advantage on a strength check to pull your foot out really fast. So you either give her advantage or she gives you normal roll for either strength or dexterity. What are you guys doing?
Rena, yank me out.
Rena advantage pull.
Okay, Daelric, I'll lose the leg. I don't need it.
Oh, damn it.
Oh,
So-
that's a
That's a bad
save?
roll too.
No,
I know.
actually, so I was kind of doing this like a bell curve, where like low is bad, then there was good, good, better, 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 and then really bad. She pulled too hard. So she actually pulls you out pretty well. So she kind of grabs you and pulls you out, and you can imagine immediately you start like brushing off all the termites that are biting onto your leg and whatnot. As to whether or not these termites have any venom or whatnot on them, you have no idea. None of you guys are, well, maybe he does, but none of you guys are like insectologists or whatever the fuck you call those things. Arthropologists? Nope, they're not arthropods. Tyler, what's your what do you do?
I'm still looking around.
Steve. Yeah, you can roll another perception. You actually do notice something. Flying from the north east from where you are, like northeast from where you are, you notice a strange thing coming. Honestly, it's a bird that's flying that would not catch you. That you would never think anything. You look over, you see a bird, you look away, you look around, so on and so forth. Then you look back, you see the bird's coming towards you, but again, you don't think anything of it. Look around, no shadows, no sounds, no anything of that. And then a glint catches you in the distance, like a glint of light. You look to see what the hell that was. Maybe it was the tip of an arrow. Maybe he's hiding over there. No, it came from the bird that's flying. You think that bird's carrying something? It's a good distance where you are, but you're pretty sure that bird is carrying something over there.
It's coming at us.
Yeah, from the northeast. Is that an axe in its claws? That's a pretty decent sized raven. Not like supernaturally large, but certainly the largest raven you've seen. In IRL, have you ever seen a raven, Tyler?
I have. Ravens are big.
Yeah, like big crows, right?
Yeah.
So it's like a larger raven, but not like supernaturally large raven. And it's definitely got, you think, an axe in its damn hands? It's still a good distance from you. Oh shit! An arrow just went through the thing and it just tumbled to the ground. Tumbled to the ground right there.
Can I tell where the arrow is? Where the arrow came from?
You actually can. So north of you, absolutely. And not very far, because the angle of ascent of the arrow was pretty upwards. You're pretty sure that wherever it was pretty near to wherever that bird was flying. God, it's really hard to make a judgment call of distance. Roll me an intelligence check.
Do I get advantage on it because of any of my abilities, like this one? Or
No. This is intelligence because you're reading distance.
oh, it's just intelligence because this doesn't help me either.
No. Click all the buttons you want, but there's only one I want to see.
Oh, you're too dumb.
It's honestly like your character's trained at doing this sort of a thing, but you can't pinpoint it well. If you had to guess, somewhere between 300 to 500 feet away. I mean, it's so hard to tell from the distance. It was a good distance from where you are.
What were you saying about a raven carrying an axe?
It was literally a raven flying south. And it had like an axe in its talons. And then an arrow went through the raven and it tumbled to the ground.
Must have been pretty close to us. If it
Doesn't Rena already have her upgraded axe?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
He's going to say, move. We must figure out if this is what's the guy's name? My guy would know.
Udon.
Udon?
Kudan.
Stay low.
She'll nod and turn to Elijah. Are you okay to walk?
it feels fine, right? No damage.
I mean, it hurts a little bit. It's one of those things that's going to be ginger, but if you don't have to run on it, you should be fine. If you have to run on it, you might beat it up a little bit, but you'll be okay.
Stop. Go
I know
away.
you can run on and boot the cat.
So, do we get to roll stealth again?
I'm good to walk.
Okay.
You can, but remember, when you stealth, you technically move slower than when you don't stealth. Now, I understand, Tyler, when you move by yourself while stealthing, you don't slow down. But when you're leading your party while stealthing, you do.
Yeah. It says for the duration, each creature you choose within 30 feet.
If you
of
were
the door.
traveling alone, you can stealthy at normal pace.
Correct.
Yeah.
All right. Rolling stealth again.
Okay. So everybody's kind of moving slower,
Oh my god.
trying to move ahead.
Better than the last roll I had, but
So
not
all
by
three of
much.
us are rolling again.
Oh, I can
Yep.
outpurr you with my pussy.
I'm a
will grab
17
it.
in stealth.
Yeah, go ahead. Just get out.
You got a 20 in stealth though, because it's plus 10.
Oh, forgot about that.
Y'all ready to see me get a natty 1?
No.
How about a 2?
A 14.
Well, I guess it's not a 1.
A 17, a 20, and a 14.
You're the only one that really had a beat on it before, Tyler, so I'll allow you a perception check.
Go take a shit or something.
Jesus.
You see
I'm
nothing.
rolling garbage.
You see
Can
nothing.
I roll
Me too,
perception?
dude.
So you guys are traveling forward, trying to find this thing. But again, it's he's not whining. Elijah's not a whiny person. He's not gonna say, "Ow, ow," nothing like that. But he does have little grunts or whatever that he has to make because he is in a bit of pain, and so he has to move a little funny for it. It's very lightly sprained. He's gonna be okay. It literally is one of those. If he had like an hour, just like stretch it out and maybe like wrap it up a little bit, he'd be perfectly fine. It's just because he's getting up and moving immediately, right? So, anyways, your characters are making you.
I have a passive of 15, by the way.
That means nothing here. You're
Yeah.
actively searching. So you are making your way downtown, walking fast, faces
Oh my
past.
God, I thought we were over this.
I'm plot bound. So when you're traveling along, trying to get to this thing, you guys are making your way there as quickly as you can. Now I finally found where I was going. As you're moving to the next thicket of trees, unfortunately, you hear another noise. This time, it's triggered by... Steve, I'd like you to roll me a D100, but before you do so, let's say that 1 to 33 is Rena, okay? 34 to 66 is Messi.
Why don't we just roll a 1d6?
67 to 99 is Tyler, and 100 is what? A misfire. Thank you, Steve.
47.
That was me, right?
Messy,
Mhm.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
As Elijah's making his way along, all of a sudden, he hits a tripwire, which kicks up a bit
God
of
damn
a weird spike in the ground that's holding the whole tripwire net at bay, and literally just kind of and starts throwing him up in the air to catch him. Messi, you're able to make a dexterity save to try to avoid this. I will
For
say
everyone
that-
else, this was a peaceful hike. Dex save.
It's like I never
Sorry.
wanted to come on this hike.
Keep going. I'm sorry.
roll it.
Oh, just the normal dex save.
We
Okay.
see him rolling. He's sucking. Literally just kind of like, and your character is hanging upside down. His leg is like thrown over his head and whatnot as he's inside of a balled up net. Now, again, you're just like, oh, I'm in a net. You know, it's not so bad. You're literally kind of like flipped around or whatever because how it got like thrusted you up there so quickly. You're kind of like thrown in an uncomfortable angle. But more importantly, the actual bit of netting that's there, the rope that's a part of the net, is bound in such a way that your foot actually kind of gets stuck over here and your hand gets stuck over there. So again, it's not like a simple, oh, I just grab a dagger and cut my way out. It's like, no, you have to first untangle yourself and then balance yourself inside there. And then finally you can try to draw a weapon to... Short version is you're entangled and uncomfortable. You're ensnared, I think is the terminology in 5e. The two of you see that. How do you react?
Same way I react when he stepped in a sinkhole. I'm looking around.
Perception check. He's like, I don't give a shit if this guy dies. He's just a mage.
The 15.
If it makes you feel any better, Tyler,
Oh god.
it's a 60.
It's a 16? Oh,
Yeah.
that's
Oh,
nice.
nice.
Yeah, right? That's not
Hey,
so
when
bad.
when he got that Aid of the Martyr before, that said Ophios. Was that supposed to be Ophios, or is that supposed to be his current character?
His current
Just
character.
wondering.
I just clicked
Okay,
off.
just making sure.
Yeah. So what do you guys do?
How high up is he?
He's about 12, 15 feet in the air. By the way, you're restrained. Speed becomes 0, and you can't benefit from any bonus to your speed. You have disadvantage on attack rolls. Attack rolls against you have advantage. You have disadvantage on dexterity saves. What are you, Rena?
She would basically look up to see if, I mean, she could reach, but obviously she can't. So she'd go over to Dvovsky and say, could you help me get him down?
Did I see anything with my perception check?
Let me just roll something really quickly to see whether or not you did. Nope. Nope. You saw nothing with your perception check. You did not.
I'm so
Find anchor, cut down.
Okay. So I'll look around to try to find where it's like hooked up to.
Mm-hmm.
Is that investigation?
It is investigation. Roll a investigation check. You start looking around trying to find where it is. You go over to like where the trip was and the thing that kind of kicked up, and you're like, no, it's not over there. You look up, you see where the twine is kind of overhead. You're looking over trying to find the line, and you're trying to look at where it might be, but oh shit!
Oh.
Elijah hanging upside down from hanging inside the ropes. Takes 25 points of damage as as an arrow from long distance takes the shot and hits him. The second arrow at him is going to do. I
appreciate the temp HP, guys. That actually might have saved me. I really thank you, Aqua.
The second shot against him is actually going to be done with a -10 to this attack roll. No reason, don't worry about it. So whatever you see me roll.
Sharpshooter, motherfucker.
It's going to be a minus. No, it's all good, man. It's going to be a -10 to this attack roll, so you just don't worry about that.
And he gets advantage. Oh, I'm fucked. Oh,
it's only a 17. Does that hit?
Wait.
He said -10.
Well, yeah, of course it does. It's a 17.
Okay, cool. Good. I'm glad to hear it. So you just take no, it's just 29 points of damage.
Cool.
Are you still up?
Yeah.
You are? Oh, okay.
I am. Because of the temp HP.
And he is going to take one more. There's no -10 to this attack roll. Oh, it's a good thing that I got a 17 total.
Oh God.
He's kidding me.
So anyways,
even if I shield, I just match it, so it hits me.
Hold on. That did happen first, just so you're aware. That did hit you. You did get that, and then I'm gonna do the damage.
Cool. It's not a minus. I didn't get a -1 to enemy attack rolls, did I?
No.
Or that'd be the Penance.
They
right?
take a -1.
We got Penance of the Arbiter, so he does get a -1.
Yeah, so 16 hits you, right? Yeah, because yeah, 16 hits. You're good.
No, it doesn't now.
Oh, that last one.
I'm at a 17 now.
Okay. So that last attack does not do another. So.
Oh my god, I'm still fucked. I'm hanging from the fucking.
I imagine we can roll initiative now, right?
You can.
I'm so dead. I'm gonna fucking explode up here.
Why did?
You got really quiet, Tyler.
You just switch mics on you?
No, I looked away from my mic, I think.
I know why.
I'm
you're still
rolling
quiet.
absolutely shitty as this character.
You're still quiet, Tyler.
I did nothing.
Turn yourself up, Tyler.
Turn it up. Bum 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 bum.
I don't know why I would suddenly be quiet. I don't know what happened there.
I'm going to roll a
Is it better
superiority
now?
die to add to my initiative.
You go right ahead.
It's a
No,
D8,
Tyler,
right?
it's not.
It's whatever your. It doesn't automatically roll when you click that thing on your character sheet. That's sad. Okay, cool.
Not this one, I don't think.
We'll just
Try
add
it.
that in the future. You're good.
I think it's a D8 though. Okay, fine. 17.
17's not bad.
What are you talking about, Viking?
What's Viking saying?
Viking said, "Damn, the axe is near and Vroga is with them."
So quiet.
I don't know what happened to Tyler. You are like,
I didn't touch anything.
he's like talking through one of those tin.
He's
cans
like yelling
when you're a
and
kid.
sounds normal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did a mic or did a cord get loose? On them?
No, I didn't touch anything.
All right. I need him to roll initiative. Bye.
He's coming back, I promise.
Oh, it's a
Can
good
you
thing I get
change-
advantage.
Can you
It's a good
change
thing I get
mine?
advantage. Oh boy, oh boy. It's a
Oh
good
wait,
thing
I
get
can change it.
advantage.
Ah, there we go.
That's annoying. So you got
Oh, damn it. I got a 17. A
Thank
ties
God.
Rena.
Woo! Glad I used that.
Oh,
Spirit.
Jesus
go
Christ,
first.
Oklo. Jesus Christ, Oklo.
What's happening?
what happened?
Takes away all my fun.
What do you do?
Takes
Awkward.
away
Don't
my
take away the DM's
Do
fun.
I sound better now?
You sound the same.
I don't think so.
I'm quiet still.
Quieter than
Yeah.
you were originally, louder than you were 2 seconds ago.
Are we on
Bye.
the right spots now?
Hmm.
I was Rena for a second, so I was just switching out.
Oh.
Oh. Well, it doesn't matter now. Dude, I can be Rena if I sit on this side.
My lap?
Yeah,
What?
there
Oh.
you go.
Everyone, it's me, Rena. Isn't this so funny, guys? Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.
Jesus Christ. Poor Tyler. It's
That's what I sound like,
these
dude.
These 2 days just seems to be a bunch of tech issues. You know what I mean? It's so annoying. What are you
Can
gonna
we give
do?
the bird an aid? The bird died. You can't. Chat can't save animals. That's not how this works. This isn't a Metroid speed run. See the one person in chat who's like, "Hey, I know that."
Sorry, I'm just setting this up. Rena, of course, goes first, which makes me unhappy.
Good. I'm glad I get to go first as Rena.
So glad.
Mm-hmm. Awesome.
I
there's-
really needed
Yeah,
that
really
to
need
happen.
cut me down.
No images for these characters over here. They all had their images deleted. So,
I was wondering.
yeah. So they're all just like blank images.
Rena, please cut me down or I'll die.
She's
Yeah,
all,
what happened to our
"Hmm."
images?
Check
Mine's
Discord.
still there.
I don't care enough to look.
That's cool. So anyways, my computer just crashed. One sec. Cool. No problem, man. So Rita's actually going to go first. Anyways, so we're going to allow her to act first. So what I could say is this. First, let's kind of get everything caught up. One, let me add these over here. So that. Two, you guys already got Penance of the Arbiter.
Fuck.
You guys already got Penance of the Arbiter. So the second Penance of the Arbiter, which is from Vinsexel, I'm going to refund because you already have it. So you can't really double up on Penance.
Thanks,
So I refunded
guys.
that to Vinsexel. And
Hey,
then
Scott.
third of all, 1 second, sir. I have to click this one right here, which is bam. Bam. Yes, sir.
We forgot something about the last time we played.
What's that?
I have 1 level exhaustion.
Oh, you do. Yeah, that's fine. So add 1 level of exhaustion just means you get disadvantage on your roll, so you just would have been worse. That's all.
Yeah, it would have been worse.
Do I
A lot
sound
worse.
okay now?
Speak. I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
Do I sound okay now?
Check your Zoom settings, bro.
Check. Check.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah, there
yeah.
you go. What'd you do?
Somehow Zoom updated and switched to automatically adjust
Yep.
my levels, and I got rid of it.
Yep. Unfortunately, Zoom does do that way too often. As a matter of fact, I didn't actually, because mine also updated. I didn't check to see if it does that to me. So let me
Didn't
check
do it for me.
mine.
Also, my
Nope,
computer
not doing
did
okay.
legitimately crash. So
Oh, we got Blessings of Roga again? Bruh. That's lit.
Rena, can you save me with that?
I know, I was like, yeah, wait a minute.
So as a
bec-
reminder with Blessings of Vroga, everybody, please try to know what you're going to take before your actual turn. And I understand you might have a little bit of confusion with the way that things are phrased. Just feel free to ask. Rena, you get to go first.
I'll take the first one.
Okay, you're leaving me.
No. I actually want to. He's 12 feet in the air.
Yeah, he's upside down, 12 feet in the air. Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'll tell you what I want to do, and you can tell me
You're
if
not
I
about to.
can do it.
Well, you're not about to do what I think you're about to, are you?
I might be.
You can do it right now.
Basically, I want to jump up to where he is,
Oh no.
and then,
And
and then use
Yeah.
the cape, yeah,
Oh,
and get him out.
that's smart.
That's what I want to do.
Oh, you want to jump and grab him by the something and then teleport?
Yes, because I can
Okay,
take one
okay.
person with me.
Okay, 5e has the most forgiving jumping rules in any fucking game. You have like a 4 foot nothing halfling with
Okay.
an 8 strength, and he's like, I'm a slam dunk this basketball
What if
right
my
here.
arms
And
like,
they're "No
sticking
problem."
out? My arms like sticking out down
Well,
towards
again, your
her
legs
so
like
she
up over
can...
your head, your arms out of the way.
Yeah.
But she's just kind of has to jump up and reach and grab. Rena, how tall are you again?
5'7".
And I think they said when you're 5'7", half again is what you can reach. So let's just call that 5'7". Let's call that 8 feet. So if it's 12 feet, you have to jump at least 4 feet to be able to get to him. Let's look up the jumping rules again.
I was gonna say
That's insane. That's insane.
Yeah, don't forget, jumping 4 feet is like a halfling could do it like while sleeping. It's the
No,
most
it's
obnoxious thing. 5e,
Hey,
the best edition, children.
This Earth has low gravity, that's all.
Apparently.
But also, don't forget, if I'm sticking my arm out, that's an extra 2 feet. She doesn't have to jump. So if she only has to jump 2 feet, then that makes more sense logically. If you want to do that DM brain, Daelric.
Why can't I find that damn skill?
I think anyone
Rules.
can jump 2 feet, right? We can all jump 2 feet.
Why can't I find the skill of athletics? It's actually really annoying. Let me just do jumping. There you go. Rules, movement, jumping.
Can we do falling? Because I'm about to fucking die.
High jump. When you make a high jump, you leap into the air a number of feet equal. God, it hurts me every time I read this.
I know.
Not if my green.
We
When
did it
you
like
make a
last
high
time, too.
jump, you leap into the air a number of feet equal to 3 plus your strength modifier.
Oh my god, you're jumping like 12 feet.
6 feet.
6 feet.
I want to
Half
be
of 12 feet.
clear. In real life, if your feet come 3 feet off the ground when you jump,
You're in the NBA.
you're a fucking amazing jumper. And that means if you have a 10 strength, an average strength, you're jumping 3 feet off the ground.
Yep.
Yeah.
There should be like a weight penalty too. Like if you're wearing heavy armor, it should be like half that or
So
something.
I'm jumping 6 feet off the ground.
You don't need to. You only need to jump 2 or 3.
Rena, first thing you need to do is run at least 10 feet and then make an athletics check, Rena. And you're going to roll a 1 on that athletics check. Please and thank you.
No.
Please don't. Devik, turn off my green
Don't
screen.
get out of here.
Wait, how high off the ground is
Oh,
he? Because I
one
was
second.
wondering.
Oh fuck.
I was
The
wondering if
DC is
Devosky could just
10.
reach up.
Oh, the DC's 10. That's the average DC you need to do to be.
Ah.
Oh, fuck.
Thank you, whoever gave us luck. You clutch. Clutch. Holy shit.
So here, I was gonna ask,
Closes out.
how far off the ground is he? Because Devosky's 7'7", which means he could probably reach over 10 feet high.
That's as high as you can jump, Daelric? Are you joking? That's it?
Here. That's like
That's it? That's as high as he... That's weak, dude. He's just embarrassing himself right now.
Put your knees into it.
He
dude.
didn't bend his legs and
Yeah.
There's a tree there that she could propel herself up off
Yeah,
of.
I'm gonna run.
Yeah,
A
you
jump
can
in
running
the
jump
tree.
start
off-
increases your jump height.
That's what I'm
jump
gonna
off
do.
me.
Yeah.
She's
Well, I
not
was gonna
wearing
ask you to
socks
throw
on
me,
a tile
but
floor.
or an initiative, so I have to do it myself. I was
He'll
gonna
hit
be
his
like,
head.
Devosky, throw
At
me up there.
7'7", if my arm span is also 7'7", you're gonna measure about 2 feet out of that. I can reach 5 feet higher than my height. Or no, 3 feet higher than my height, generally on average.
He had to get the measuring tape.
I probably could
He's
just reach
marking
up
3
and
feet.
grab him, Rena.
Oh, well, that's what I was gonna ask you to do, but then he got shot with 2 arrows, so it's a little late.
Is he taping it
Okay.
on there and he's gonna
He really,
jump?
yeah, he's actually. What? Oh my god.
All right, just so you guys know, in the NBA, the average height for a vertical jump is a little over 2 feet.
Yeah. Well, you're talking standing as opposed to running too.
Probably.
What is Scott doing?
Showing us how high this is.
Arm span is.
See if we
goes
can
on.
make this. See if we
I
can make this
reach-
work.
I reach about 3 feet above my head with one arm. Then again, I also have 6'6" arms.
See if we can make this work. Hold on.
Too
I
high.
need something to hold the damn thing from falling. Something hold the damn thing from falling for a couple minutes for me. Come on.
Why is the standing vertical average in the NFL a full foot higher than the NBA? That's crazy.
Best vlogger.
Come on. You can do it. Okay. Okay. That's 1 foot. 1 foot. Can you hear me? Good? Okay.
You're embarrassing yourself, Daelric.
One.
That's you got
You
the
have- you have
worst.
such
That is
weak
the
props.
worst. Oh my god. Hey, get lower. Get lower.
Yeah, you bend your knees.
Ugh.
It's like I want to
1
stand on my
foot.
chair to show him how to fucking
This
squat.
man has no hops. This man has no hops.
Don't jump on your chair.
I'm not. I'm trying to stop him from spinning. You gotta get low, Daelric. Low. Are you sick? Look at me. Look at me. Get low and then up.
What's happening?
I
This
did like the
was
crouch.
Fucking
game, though.
ridiculous.
It doesn't matter. Scott just can't jump.
That's no vertical. Oh my god.
In all fairness, my collegiate jump height thing was like 40.
Yeah,
40
NBA players
inches.
don't need to jump that high, and they're all taller than NFL players on average anyway, so
Yeah.
they're not going to get as much height.
Messy.
It's
I think
ridiculous.
the highest I've ever jumped is 40 inches.
That's pretty good. That's really good for NFL.
That was when I was in.
God,
the
that was
best shape
1
of my
foot.
life.
Are you trying?
I legit, like.
No, don't get up. Don't get up. Sit back down.
like,
Scott,
jump-
that's like that. You got to get low, Scott. It's all
I
about.
can't run and jump, otherwise I hit my
quads.
head.
He also doesn't have. He probably has not been working the calves and the muscles and the coordination to get a proper good jump.
It doesn't change the fact that it's fucking 6 feet.
Oh, I know. It's
6
ridiculous.
feet.
It's
6 feet.
ridiculous.
I've seen NBA players
Her-
dunk over people,
her
but
feet
you
are
know,
more or
they
less-
spread their legs.
The ceiling's like 7
Oh,
feet
God.
tall. So I mean, like,
I know.
Are we
Scott.
talking
She just
6
like
feet?
hops
agree
and
with
she's
you.
like, whoop, like.
Are we
But
talking
also,
6 feet, like
Scott,
foot to foot, or like
How
are they
high off the
crouching?
ground is he?
12 feet.
the 12 feet.
I can reach him.
I know, but
Yeah,
this
but you
I
can't
can't.
teleport.
We can't do this.
Oh my god. I'm so frustrated. 5 is the
7'7".
best edition. It's the most realistic. It's the best edition. Has all the
Who
best
said most
spells.
realistic in a fantasy board game?
This hurts my soul.
Anyway. Serena gets me out, right? We're good.
Where do you teleport?
What?
Up to
I
500
guess just
feet,
the
right?
the opposite direction of where the arrow came from.
Away?
How far?
All right.
It is
Getting
He's
out?
dead. Thanks,
No,
guys.
not like that far away. Not 500 feet away. Just.
I feel like you should teleport next to him. Is what you should do.
You don't know where
I'm
he
trying
is.
to get some
We can try.
distance. Yeah.
God
She,
damn it.
she doesn't see him.
6
You can teleport
feet.
towards him and say how far.
If I do like
Just pick a spot. We're fine. I'll
like
be fine.
like 30 feet away. Not too far away, but like further away.
Like
So
30
he's-
feet back.
Yeah. On the ground.
Away
though.
from where the arrows were coming from.
Yeah. So it would be behind you.
I like that. I appreciate that. You're saving me.
So even Greek Herbie with bending my knee 5 feet.
Whoa.
Sure, bending your knee. No, her feet go up. Her feet go up 6 feet, like the soles. Her soul is 6 feet up. Sorry.
Hey, Scott. It's
Oh,
magic.
it's fucking
Once
5th
more
edition.
with feeling.
Scott, I can cast fire from my hands.
Okay, fair enough.
This is,
Hold on.
yeah.
The
Aliens are abducting her. She jumps in a tractor beam, grabs her, and she just goes up 6 feet
be
and then let
like,
her go.
So
Damn it, not again!
Rena
I
jumps
tell
up
y'all.
and teleports away from battle
30 feet.
Yes. mhm.
instead of towards. Okay.
Yes.
Correct.
Yep.
I'm imagining now that this is like woods, right? So this is like, now we're in cover?
Just 30 feet, so you just like jump a little bit to the side.
Well, maybe more than that. I'm
I
not trying to go
honestly-
too far away,
It's
but
30
somewhere
feet's
that
fine.
Davosky would still see me. Like he'd hear
30
us
feet's
go,
fine.
like,
I'll be okay. I'll survive around.
behind him. Or
So the
whatever.
two of you go
Yeah.
about like 30, 50 feet away, whatever it is, just down on
Yeah,
the
yeah,
ground.
yeah.
And yeah. Okay, so after she like magically flies in the air as she sprouts wings and a fucking unicorn
Frank-
horn comes out. Just
Frank,
shitting
please.
rainbows. Anyways, she grabs you by the something, the foot, arm, I don't know.
My arm's sticking out, yeah.
She floats over you and reaches down and is like, "Oh, sorry, didn't realize how low you were." And then you guys teleport away. And now you're safe. Cool, Rena. That was your move action, and that was your action. You still have a bonus left if there's anything you want to do with it. If you're good, let's move on.
I'm good.
She does have the extra 30 feet she can move, too. Because she took the 30 feet at the beginning.
Yeah, I took it in case I needed it, but
Do
You
you want to
good?
catch back up to the Goliath, or do you want to stay here?
Yeah, catch back up to me.
Um,
You have a high AC. I need it.
I know.
He's a giant. He's
Uh,
going to get hit.
No, he's gonna get hit. All right, fine.
That's why you brought him. Distraction. Meat shield. All right, so she runs back over to him.
But
I want this guy to survive, Scott. I don't care if he dies, but I want him to survive.
She's next to you. That's her turn.
hang on.
Do you have anything bonus?
It's
I
not
don't
my
remember what
turn,
fighters do with a
it's-
bonus.
I don't think she does. So let's
his
keep
bonus.
going. So it's his turn.
No.
If he does something, you guys aren't able to witness what it is. Davosky, it's your turn.
I'm gonna try and locate him and also take cover wherever there's cover while I try and locate him.
As I said beforehand, there's a little bit of a thicket of trees over here. That's kind of like what you were walking through. So you have cover all around. Whether or not he can see you through that cover is a different conversation. But he's a really good shot, and so if he can see you, you have a feeling the cover's not going to mean anything unless it's completely covered. So your best bet is to be obscure the sight.
I mean,
so he
I
can't
mean,
follow
I
you at all.
have pass without a trace, so
Yeah, you can try to
Well, I could.
because you haven't taken damage yet, so you don't have to make any checks yet. You are welcome to try to hide.
that's my action, right? So I can't look and hide.
But yeah, you can, but then you won't really have any move left.
That's fine. I'll look and hide.
Oh, we almost have a hype train going.
So look first or hide first.
Do the I imagine you duck into cover and then looking out afterwards.
All right. That's a 24
Beautiful.
and shit.
Why is it subtract? Well, okay. That's
Well, at
weird. I
least
saw
I'm
the 11
hidden.
twice. Yeah, at least you're hidden.
I'm sure I don't see him at all.
Okay.
Or me.
After Davosky's turn, as he kind of like pops and hides, but hides so well he has a hard time seeing outside of his hiding place, and he doesn't want to compromise how good of a job he did to get into it. After that is going to be the Trollhound's turn. One more time. Again, if something happens, you guys aren't aware of what it is. We're going to skip past you. Elijah. Well, you're on the ground, but you're not in the net. She's got your foot. You're in pain. What do you do?
Lay here and die? No.
You guys have those potions that would help you, right? Davosky doesn't have that stuff.
Oh, I have a potion of healing. I'll take one of those. How much healing is a potion of healing? Does anyone remember? It's up their heads.
2d4 plus 2.
So that's minor, isn't it?
That's the basic one, right? Yeah.
Okay.
No, it's not minor. It's cure light wounds. So that's the L. So, so there's a basic potion of healing. It's 2d4 plus 2. 7 points you heal. Hey, your ankle feels better.
Is that
Everything
an
else
action
hurts.
or a bonus?
That's an action.
Okay. I guess I could use my movement to get up, or I could lay here, and then he would have disadvantage on me. So I'm gonna lay here.
Okay.
Are you gonna cast any spells or anything? Do you have anything?
I don't. There's nothing I really want to cast with a bonus action while laying on the ground. There's some stuff I would cast if I was standing, but I'm not. So
Okay.
stay here.
As you go back around to Rena's turn. I really wish it was smaller so Chad could see it a little bit better. I think I can compact it a bit more over here. Hold on.
Where am I? Am I?
Once more with
Have I caught up
feeling.
or no? Am I
You
still
caught
catching
up to me, but I ran into into cover and disappeared.
So I can't see you.
Yeah, we don't know where the guy is.
We don't know where he is, and you probably don't know where I am. You only have the direction in which the arrows came from to go off of.
Okay. I guess I'll take number 1 again.
Okay.
But before I move, I'll actually call out Dvovsky. Are you still here?
I know where he is. That's all he says. You just hear it coming from the woods over nearby you, but you can't see him.
She'll just say, I'm going after him. And take off.
If that's the case, I'm just gonna watch Rena as she runs.
Creep.
I'm watching for when she gets hit by an arrow to try and trace where it came from.
Gotcha. So you're gonna kind of like prepare an action to it's like, well, you don't prepare an action obviously because you're sure, but Rena's just gonna start booking that way. So Rena, you choose number 1 and you're gonna like triple run that way.
Yeah.
Are you taking any form of cover or are you just balls to the wall?
Balls to the wall.
With your run speed increased by 30, that means your speed is 60. You run 60 feet. Again, because the fact that there's trees and whatnot over here, it's not the true 60 feet. You run a little bit less than that, not true rough terrain, but you get the idea. You kind of have to like move around trees or whatever. Bit of an obstacle, but not quite rough terrain. Anyways, and then you standard action or whatever action, dash, meaning you can double even that 60. So you end up moving about 100 feet forward, which is a considerable amount of distance. At the tail end of that, is there anything you want to do with your bonus action, or would you like to make a bonus action perception check?
Perception check.
Sure, go ahead. You can roll that. See if I clean that up a bit.
Thank God you rolled above a 10.
So one of the things that you notice at your perception check is you're pretty sure you smell that fucking hound. You can smell it. It's around somewhere. You could smell it somewhere nearby. You can't quite hear it. You think it's nearby. It's nearby. You don't think you hear it. It's kind of like, it's more like the horrors in your mind because of your previous experiences that you got going on there. But you can definitely smell
Flash
it.
your camera.
That's Rena's turn. After that's gonna be Kudan's turn. Kudan.
Or maybe I need to flash my camera.
I was
Or
gonna
you-
say, I don't think it's me.
Flash your camera.
It might be messy.
Oh, you guys are out of order?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's probably Messy because Tyler left the call earlier. Messy, you want to flash your camera?
But I'm in the right spot.
Oh, no, Rena then.
Yeah.
Turn off my green
She
screen.
was
though.
the
It looks
last
like
one. She was the last one to call, so that makes sense actually. Perfect. I'll fix you right now, Mess.
Oh, now I'm in the wrong spot.
Now you need to flash your camera. Or I need to flash my camera.
God.
What? I don't even know what to do here.
Okay, Rena is last. Rena, go last. Real quick, I just want to check this. Tyler, what are you doing? Oh, no.
Rena,
No.
you blink yours.
Nope.
Just Rena. Sorry,
So
everybody.
I'm in the middle.
This is just
I'm in the
because
middle.
Tyler had a tech issue earlier.
I'm in the fucking okay, guys. I'm in the
He
middle.
told me to go.
Tyler is first. Rena is last. So everyone undo, and then Tyler, and then me, and then Rena.
So, Tyler, you stay on. Rena, you turn off.
Yeah.
That works too. See?
Kudos. Good job.
Like a genius.
There we got it.
Oh, lie.
You're welcome, Ophios.
It's just a week of tech issues. Let's keep going. So if Kudon does anything on his turn, you don't know what it is. You don't see him. You don't hear him. He doesn't seem to do anything. You're not aware. Okay? After that, what I guess would be his turn, Dvorsky, it's your turn. Rena just kind of went that way. What number are you taking on the Blessings of Roga enchantment that was put on the party?
1, and I will stealthily move forward following Rena with cover.
Cool. You can actually do everything that you just said there. We see how well you do. It's enlarge, extend. Does extend exist?
Oh. Ah! Dvorsky sucks ass!
Tyler,
Just throw the whole character away.
don't worry about it. Could you just do me a little favor? Just a tiny one. Just a little favor. I just need a dexterity save. Don't worry about it. No big deal. All right. So as you go rushing forward, it's one of those things where as you go rushing forward, you're running along, and then this guy must have known you guys were hunting him, because clearly you already stepped inside one trap. What happened beforehand was a legit mistake. This next one was obviously a trap. The one after that was actually kind of vicious, what had happened, because as you go rushing forward, there's actually a moment where you literally end up putting your foot into the ground, like into like a bit of a pivot that's there, causing you to stumble forward. And as you stumble forward, you can literally see you're about to go full on into a tree. It's one of those trees that have like a burrowing beehive into the trunk of the tree. You can imagine that part of the bark, that part of the tree is kind of compromised. Had you actually run into the tree, you would have broken into the hive, pissed off the entire hive, and had them attacking you. Luckily for you, you saw it just in time to actually kind of throw your momentum to the side. Sure, you tumbled to the ground and made a bit of a mess, and there's some annoyed bees around, and one or two of them might sting you. But you didn't break the hive. So, we'll call it a win. You make most of the way up to Rena, not the whole way. You're on the ground, but you're not stung by bees. Anything with your bonus action?
I'm going to try and look around.
Disadvantage. You're on your ass.
There you go.
You
I
find
can't.
nothing.
I'm literally the highest roll I've had on the die today is a fucking 11.
I mean, sorry, Tyler. It's just not your day. All right. After that, it's again, if the Trollhound does anything, you don't even know when they're. And that's meta knowledge. You don't know when their turn initiative is. You don't. You have no idea. After that, Rena, you can smell it. But after that's going to be Elijah. Elijah, how you doing, buddy? On the ground down there.
I'm gonna stand up,
Cool.
and I'm going to. Is that a move or is that an action to stand up?
To stand up is half.
It's half your
movement.
move.
Yeah.
Half your move. Perfect. All right, so I'll stand up, and then I will check to see if I can see any arrows about to kill me, or any dogs running at me, or any kind of spells, maybe. So I guess I'll roll
Perception?
perception with disadvantage because I'm exhausted, which didn't work. And then I'll find a tree and stand behind it.
Okay. So you look around, you get up, you look around, you go, nope, and you get behind the tree and you hide there.
Yeah.
Cool. Rena, it is your turn again.
Cool. So I can smell the troll hound.
Mm-hmm.
Can I take the +2 dodge bonus for my last turn? For this turn? Does that make sense? If I take number 4, does that apply for the whole combat turn until my next turn, or is that just for my round?
When you choose it at the beginning of your turn until the beginning of your next turn.
Okay, so +2 AC, I take it. Thanks.
Okay.
I'm gonna take number 3 actually.
Okay. What do you do with your turn,
Yeah.
Rena?
Devosky caught up. So he's
yeah,
just falling behind,
like
kind of.
20 feet behind you on his ass.
Okay. I guess can I do perception check first? See if I can see where the dog might be.
Yep, you most certainly can.
Okay.
Unfortunately, you can still smell it. Like, oh yeah, you can smell it, but you can't see the damn thing.
Okay. I'm gonna keep heading in that direction, but a little bit more stealthily now.
Okay. So, why don't you go ahead and roll me your stealth check as you're moving your way forward. Again, you're moving at half speed. You chose, you said number 3 this time, so clearly you're not moving crazy speeds like you did before.
No.
Okay. Okay, so you're making your way forward, and you're still looking around where the dog might be, looking around where Kudan might be. Unfortunately, you're still not able to find him as you're making your way through this little thicket. Honestly, if you kept going forward, you eventually get to the other side of the thicket of trees that you have over here. You still don't currently see him. After Rena's turn is Kudan's turn. If he does something, you don't know what it is. Devosky.
I need to roll a con save to make sure Pass Without a Trace is still up because it's concentration.
You didn't take any damage though, did you?
No, I just fell.
Yeah, so you don't have to worry about it.
Okay.
5, he's forgiving. One of the options is stand up as a swift action, which is kind of funny that nobody took that. You can take that right now, Tyler, so you can stand up as your bonus action, not eating up some of your movement.
No, I'm checking something.
Or you can just take 30 extra movement, and then you still get to move your full 30. And you keep your actions. Seems like it's only useful if you get knocked down in melee range of someone.
Yep.
Otherwise, just take the extra movement.
Honestly, I don't think you get attacks of opportunity in this game from standing up, so I'm actually going to eliminate that. So just stand up as a bonus action.
But then you can still just take number 1 because it's using half your move.
Yeah, but again, it might be different for different people considering the circumstance, what they might need their move for, so on and so forth. You know, because not everybody can double move, right?
We don't need to.
Question, Scott.
I can balance it out later on. Yes, sir.
On level, if I take 5 and use Wild Cunning, there's nothing that levels it up. But is there a way for me to extend it to be able to know the location of Roga?
Roga?
Or the troll? This is Wild Cunning. If I took it as number 5.
No. No, but you do actually have an ability, but I think it takes an entire minute to do. It's
It just
Speak
tells me
with
whether
Wild.
they're close.
No. There's another one that's like Speak with Wild or something like that. That kind of helps you out, but I think it's a much longer casting.
You're talking about this one?
Yeah, that one. You cannot use this together. How long does it take?
1 minute.
Yeah.
But it requires concentration, which would make me lose Pass Without a Trace.
Let's try that. Yep.
'Cause it says as if you were concentrating on a spell.
Yep. No, I get that. Makes sense.
And it just tells me if they're within 5 miles. It doesn't tell me their location.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just gonna roll a perception. I'm gonna take 4, and I'm gonna roll perception before I move. Fuck me.
Okay. Do you want to modify that?
No.
Okay. You also smell that hound is around. This musky, nasty smell of some creature is around. You can definitely smell that as well.
I'm gonna roll my stealth as well because I was gonna do that anyway. It's a 24. My stealth is the only thing I'm rolling like an 11 on. It's still the highest roll I've gotten.
Elijah, your turn, sir.
Okay, I'm gonna
Then we'll
take
see how
another
things go.
peek.
Okay, one more perception. From way back, from 100 feet back there. From 100 feet back there, you see nothing, sir.
Thank God. And that's my turn.
Okay, exciting. Rena, it's your turn. I'm gonna pop this into chat again. This is going to be 7. Yeah, I made it so you can actually read pretty much the entire thing over here. I can make it just a smidge shorter. That'd work better. I know how to do it.
I'm gonna take. I'm gonna take number 1 again, and since I was being stealthy before, but now I'm actually gonna try to get the troll hound's attention.
Sure. How are you gonna try to do that? Are you trying to like make noise, run around, hunt for it? Like, what's your plan?
I think by making noise, just
Okay.
to like aggravate it.
I
Okay.
imagine Rena just farts. Release
Yeah,
more scent.
100%.
What?
No, I got musk for you. All right, so you're gonna like.
Gross.
So you have your axe out, and what do you like? Do you take your axe and just like smacking trees with it? What do you like knocking on it with your like the bracer of your armor, like ting?
Yeah, to make like some loud, obnoxious sound.
Sure. So you see like holding like ting, like come on out, ting, try to grab its attention, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Sure. For you to try to taunt this thing out, why don't you actually roll me an intimidation check?
Okay.
Rolls an 91. Scares herself.
Hey, finally something that actually rolled decent.
Okay. Cool.
It would be Rena.
What did you roll, by the way? What did you pick for your number?
Number 1.
Oh, okay, cool. So you start making that noise. Rena, roll me a perception check.
And
And you, Tyler. And you can roll a perception check too.
Ooh, never mind. Rena rolled well. Please. Yes!
Oh!
Rena broke with a curse.
Tyler, you
course
can
she
roll a nature check.
Do I have an advantage or anything?
No.
Okay.
Ah! It's back.
What?
You
That's
guys,
3 natty 1s to no natty 20, mind you.
you guys notice that the troll hound, you're kind of like looking around. You're pretty sure you see it, but not terribly far from where you are. You actually think, Rita, you're seeing it probably a good like 70 or 80 feet from where you are, kind of lurking down in one of the bushes. The funny part is, you smelled it like it was significantly closer than where you are, but that doesn't change the fact that you see it like a good distance. And Tyler, you also see it over there too. Looking at it, you're thinking to yourself, I don't know. Maybe that's not the troll hound. It could be an illusion. It could be some sort of trickery. You're not positive it's the troll hound, Tyler. It might be it might not. Rena, you're pretty sure you see it over there. It's Rena's turn, though. You can react however you like.
She's still just trying to get its attention to like try to lure it over to her.
You definitely got its attention. Its movement is what attracted your eye to it.
Oh, so it's paying attention to me now,
Mm-hmm.
from what I can see.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not moving towards me. It's just kind of paying
Well,
attention.
It's not its turn.
Well,
It's kind of like
true,
it's like.
true. Yeah. Okay, growling at me. I guess she would move closer to it, but
Mhm.
she's not trying to get all the way up to it.
Sure. So you want to move? You gave yourself double speed. Do you want to move? Because I said it was about 80 feet away. Do you want to move about 30 feet? So you're still about 50 feet from it.
Yeah.
Okay. Because I know you knew it moved fast, but not quite that fast.
Yeah, because I'm mostly I want to get close enough to it so I can lure it so it can actually follow me.
Sure. So you move up to where the creature is. Did you do anything else with your turn?
No, she's just trying to get the attention. Well, other than maybe looking around and seeing what else I could see from there.
Yeah, sure. So as you move over there, with a 24, Jesus. With the 24, one of the things that you notice as you get close and over there, you actually notice that over near where the troll hound was, there's like a tree where it was standing over next to. There's a rope that's kind of like dangling down, tied to one of the branches of the tree. At least you think it's tied to one of the branches of the tree. There's a rope dangling from a branch over there. That's what you notice. But you said you're gonna hang back from the troll hounds, right?
Yeah, but I will, as she's like moving closer to it, she'll kind of get ready a little bit just in case something else comes at her. So she'll just kind of have her hand on her axe, just kind of ready to attack if needed to.
Sure. We won't have it be a full prepared action though, because you got a lot of like perception and intimidation, everything involved in this turn. So it won't actually be a prepared action. But I understand what you're talking about for stance and the way she's postured and so on and so forth. Let's see. Skip right past there. Dvosky, it's your turn, sir. You're not on your ass anymore, so that's good.
Taking number 4, and I'm shooting an arrow at it.
Okay.
I'm testing whether it is what it is. Has a +2.
A 22 is a really good chance to hit, sir. You
It's actually
definitely
a 24, a 25 because of aid. Right?
Yeah, you're definitely going to 24. Yep, you're definitely gonna be able to hit it.
I'm gonna roll damage.
One of these days. 8 damage.
8.
Does that incorporate? Oh yeah, that doesn't apply. So 8 damage is beautiful. Thank you.
So it's it's 8 damage. It's not my favorite enemy. Yeah.
You do anything else with your turn?
I'm gonna perceive to see if technically I get to attack again. I have an extra attack if I choose to attack. So I guess I might as well.
You shot it. The thing reacted. You hit it.
Okay. Well, here's my second attack. Technically as a +2, so it's a 16, 17 because of aid.
No.
Right?
Wait. That includes the +1 from aid, +1 for +2 total.
No, because it's +2 because I took number 4.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I understand. So you have a 18 total. I'm sure you're fine with that. Roll your damage.
Yeah.
Okay.
11.
11 points of damage. 11 points of damage is another beautiful roll. Thank you. Anything else with your turn, sir?
From that, I'm going to technically have my bonus action. Technically, that should have also done this. I forgot to roll a d8 for Colossus Slayer.
Because it's already injured.
Injured now. So let me do my roll. R1d8. There, it's 8 more points of damage.
Jesus! Oh boy, you did a lot of damage. Holy crap. You did 8 and 8 and 16, 27 points of damage in one roll. Ouch. Okay, actually, it's not even 27 because you also have, don't forget, you have Penance of the Arbiter on, which means that each of those rolls get +1 damage. That's actually 29 damage. Ouchies. Okay.
It's more than that, right? Because
no.
Each attack got +1, so.
Yeah.
So it was
2 attacks.
20. Okay.
Yeah.
29.
Yep. So yeah, he. Holy crap! You injured the hell out of that poor hound. You hurt the hell out of it. That's the end of your turn, I imagine.
I could have bonus action Hunter's Mark, but I was saving that. I forgot that I could transition that over if it fell. But I didn't trust that it wasn't an illusion, which is why he didn't do it. So that's it. I don't have anything I can do with my bonus action there, except I'm going to try and do perception bonus action. Is that disadvantage?
Perception bonus action. Wait, hold on. Yeah, that's fine.
Disadvantage perception.
Oh, no. You don't have to do anything. It's just a continuation of what you had already rolled before the
Okay,
23.
never
You're fine.
mind, Never mind.
So you see the same thing that Rena did.
So
okay.
there's just some sort of rope there.
Yeah, I probably tied to a branch or whatever it is over there. It's just weird. Okay, cool. So the hound is actually going to immediately start rushing towards the two of you guys. It immediately starts rushing forward, like coming up, and it comes and like kind of like jumps and mauls at Rena and goes to attack her. Unfortunately, you stayed, 50 feet away, we said? The creature's speed is 40, so it had to dash to get to you. That's its double move. It didn't actually get to attack you. So it literally spent its whole turn kind of like charging at you and mauling at you and trying to bite at you. So cinematically, it's like biting and trying to thrash and get at you. But Rena's already guarded enough, had her hand on her axe, like prepared enough to kind of like swing to keep the thing at bay and block with the head of the axe and whatnot as it is. So Rena's actually safe. After that, because that was the hound's turn, it's going to be Elijah. Elijah, you can actually see that the two of them are starting to do something a good distance away from where you are. But again, you're talking like 120 feet from where you are, a little bit more maybe.
That's fine. I will. Okay, I'm gonna take the movement speed this round.
Okay.
And I'm gonna cast this on myself.
Okay.
And then I'm going to run to catch up.
Hey, you're
not like touching, but yeah.
Yeah, you able to get most of the gap up there. Again, they're more than 120 feet. She also stealth for a bit too. So you were able to get like a good 100 feet forward yourself. So they're about 140 feet ahead of you. So you get most of the distance towards them, at least more than 2/3 the distance, which is nice. It's good. And then that brings us back to Rena's turn. Rena, you were able to go. Let me just click this really quickly. Go ahead.
Okay. How fast can I move normally?
30 for you,
30
probably.
feet. All right, I'm going to take number 1 again. And this time I'm actually going to like turn and head back towards where Javovsky is and kind of lure it after me.
Okay, so you're kind of like pulling it back. Are you taking the disengage action, or are you letting it take an attack of opportunity against you?
If I take disengage, what happens?
It can't attack you.
Oh, yeah, I'm disengaging.
Okay, so that gives up your action, just to be clear.
That's
so
fine.
you give up your action to go back to where Davosky is and kind of like fall back to Davosky, like you said beforehand, trying to lure the thing to you.
Yes, like trying to get it to follow me.
Do you try to take a half step behind Davosky, next to him, or a half step in front of him?
Not quite next to him, but just kind of off to the side.
Near enough to
not
that
like
the two
straight
of you
to
are
him.
able to
Yeah.
engage, and you could easily flank this thing if you needed to. Cool.
Together, yeah.
Beautiful. So you're trying to yeet backwards to lure the thing. All right. Let's do an old kite move. Awesome. That's your turn, Rena, and you're easily able to get back to Davosky with your height and speed, despite the terrain and so on and so forth. You run back, no problems. The three of you can roll me a perception check. Obviously, one of you has disadvantage.
Ooh, Rena?
Vosky the hunter might shine right here.
Davosky, you actually hear a bit of like a low rumbling, a noise coming from not too far away. You're hearing something for a moment. And you realize it's coming from about, you know where the hound was hiding over by like where that rope is on the tree or whatever it is? About 90 degrees to the side from there, probably a good 100 or so feet away from that spot. There is a noise coming from like over in that area. So like, it's definitely coming from like over that direction. I can hear it echoing through. And you realize, shit, that's a spell being cast. And in an area completely surrounded by, surrounding Davosky, Rena, and the hound all at once, the ground just starts to, as anything that's that's rocky beneath your feet, anything that's hard, starts to just shoot up spikes that jut out of the ground and attack into you guys. Immediately, as these twigs and spikes and everything start shooting up, I need you guys to. The time of the was it any creature that can't? Oh, that's fine. Nope, that's fine. So you guys are inside this area. Moving through this area is extremely dangerous. It will harm you. You're kind of anchored to where you are. You can't move. Without taking damage. That's what that happens there. But Tyler, you're not able to see exactly where that came from. You're not able to see the pinpoint location.
Is the same happening for the troll hound?
All three of you are in the same spot.
Okay.
Devosky, it's your turn.
Why you run? That's
To
what.
me?
Yeah. And as he says that, a flame is going to. I'm taking number 5. And I'm casting this.
What is that?
I get to
Can you put
throw a
this-
fireball. That's an attack. I'm gonna the
Oh.
spell information. It's not showing the spell card.
It's
But I'm
what,
wondering-
90-foot range ball of fire?
It's yeah. You can throw it 30 feet.
A 30-foot ball of
Um,
fire. What are you throwing it at? The hound?
It's I can throw it up to 30 feet, but I will throw it. My question is with 5 because I cast. It's basically a cantrip, which is less than 2nd level. Enlarge, extended, or subtle. How do you want to play that?
It's supposed to be enlarged, extended, subtle, and it's supposed to be as a bonus action. I just didn't write that there. That's funny. I just have to fix that. My apologies. So yeah, you are able to. Honestly, none of those matters for this spell.
Where was the rumbling coming from? Was that within 30 feet?
No, that was like 100 feet away.
Okay. Well, I'm throwing that at the creature then.
Yep, you hit it. Roll your damage, sir.
Do I get extra damage or no?
Mm-mm.
Technically, Colossus Slayer doesn't affect it or does affect it?
Does not, because it has to be a weapon attack. Almost positive. When
Yeah,
you hit
it's
a
a
creature with a
weapon
weapon attack, yeah.
All right.
Damn! Jesus.
So you you'd say that and attack the troll hound and she'd
You just see
'cause he-
fire. You just
yeah.
see fire appear in his hand, and he throws it at it.
yeah, and she would smile and turn back to you and say, well, that's why.
That was your bonus action, Tyler.
Yeah, I'm gonna attack with my bow. I imagine I didn't drop my bow because technically you can hold a bow in one hand and pull it back with the other.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna attack with my bow, which technically counts as my attack action. So this applies, right?
Well, not even that yet. You just get your regular attack first.
Yeah. There's my regular attack.
You hit the creature.
This is a Colossus
Yay.
Slayer damage too. 7.
7 damage. You drop the hound.
He did?
He drops.
I'm gonna shoot it again.
Follows the Zombieland rules. The
Attack.
first Zombieland, the second one was terrible.
I didn't see the second
Technically, that has a
It's supposed to have
plus
disadvantage on that attack roll, Tyler.
disadvantage. Okay.
Yeah, because it's
Prone now.
yeah.
I still get +2 from martyr and okay.
So 14 plus 2 is 16. You hit it. It's too bad you
10
lost that
points of
natty
damage.
20 though. 10 points of
Yeah.
damage. Beautiful. You do the total of 10 points of damage. Again, it's just another arrow inside of its still body. You know what I mean? After that is Elijah's turn.
Elijah's in the terrain as well, right?
Actually, Elijah's just outside of it. It's a 20-foot radius, and he was just outside of where that is.
Yeah, what does it look like again? The terrain?
The whole ground, everything around you, anything that was rocky that was there is shot up as like hard spikes. If there was like a mostly buried rock that was there, it became hard spiked rocks. If there was any brush or bushes or anything like that, they became these huge nasty thorns. The whole area just became very vicious, and trying to walk through it is dangerous. The funny thing is actually Elijah, I don't think would even notice that. He technically has to make a perception check to notice it as he's approaching. He doesn't notice it immediately. The three of you notice it immediately.
The doggy's dead, and we don't know where the archer is, right?
Correct.
Okay.
After shooting that, I would imagine Devosky would say, "Over there," and point to where the rumbling came from for Rena.
And do you know how far? Can you give me a distance?
He doesn't know where you are. Devosky wasn't looking
I'm
for
like
you.
60 feet behind you guys. Yeah, okay.
Not even 60 feet.
I probably wouldn't
No,
even see that.
not
then.
even less than 30 feet. You're like right behind them.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
I said that.
So
You
I
went
would
most
see
of the
him
gap
pointing.
up. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Then I guess I'll go towards where he's pointing. Before I do, I'll use this one. Right? Yeah, that one.
Okay. This is so describe it one more time for yourself.
Yeah, so well, he's already pale, but he gets a little bit paler, and his veins, his skin looks really dehydrated, like moisture is being pulled out of his skin and is forming on the top layer as like just hard ice, and you can see like cold air like being dropped from his body as he just, and these icicles. I think this is the one the icicles start going around him, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So then some icicles actually pop off of his skin and start spinning or spiraling around him, and he looks scary, and he runs towards where you were pointing, Tyler, for about 30 feet. And then
Running
I will
through the
try
terrain we're
to.
in, or no?
Well, from where I am, the direction you pointed, just beeline straight there. So if I end up clipping some of the terrain, then yeah, I end up clipping some of the terrain. Is that how it goes, Daelric?
Yeah.
Do you not
Do I
get?
walk through this terrain or not?
You can roll a perception check to see if you even would have done that, or if you were smart enough to avoid it in the first place.
Okay.
Why?
2.
Oh,
Does he get
6.
blessings of Roga?
He does have blessings of Roga. Yeah.
yeah. So did you take number one? Message.
Yeah. Yeah.
You didn't notice it. Let's see if there's a chance that you would have walked through it. First person in chat to roll a D100, please. And I would say there's only like a 25% chance you would. So if it's a 1 to 25, you walk through it. The rest of the time, you would not. So you'd be safe over there. It's a 45, so you're safe. Thank you, Steve. So it's a 45, you're safe over there. You don't have to worry about it. You're able to avoid the area entirely and keep making your way on.
Okay. So yeah, I'll move the 30 plus my move 30, and then I'll use my action, I guess, to try to find the archer if he's over there. Find out where the direction the guy was pointing. He said he's over there.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. What does passive
what he's
come into
pointing at.
play for that too?
So
it
he
doesn't
is,
matter, but yeah.
he actually has a disadvantage on everything, which equates to a -5. So his passive's only a 14 at the moment, anyways, because he's
Gotcha.
tired. Anyways, so what was I saying? You start going over there looking for this guy. You can roll me a perception. Oh, you already rolled a perception check. That would apply for both things that you're doing. You do not see the
Okay.
guy, unfortunately. That's your turn, Elijah. This brings us to Rena.
Okay. Um. I guess I'll take number 1 again. It seems to be working out for right now.
Okay.
Gotta catch up with his MF.
Yeah, I want to try to jump out of this area.
Unfortunately, you're not going to be able to jump out. You're just going to have to rip your way out if you want to.
I can't jump out. Okay. All right. Well, I'm gonna try to get out of this area then.
Okay. It was, like I said, it's like a 20-foot radius, 40-foot diameter, right? So that means you're going to have to move about 20 feet through it. So you choose, are you just going to be like, do you just say more or less, screw it, I'm just going to rip my way through? I mean, you still have all that temp HP, so.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. So that's 4 squares that you're going to be making your way through there. So it's going to be. You take 25 points of damage as you're trying to move your way through here, but literally every step you take is just cutting at you, digging into you, spikes pulling, ripping.
Holy shit.
Stepping on things, stepping on a rock area that literally seems to grow and thrust up into your leg as you're going, God damn it, this friggin' hurts. It is not an easy walk through the area. 25 points of damage, completely nullifies your temp HP. It gives you a little bit more damage. You're going to laugh at me in a second and use your bonus action to heal, I know, but nonetheless, I get to chuckle at you for a moment. You also, while you're in there, move at half speed. So that 20 feet to get out takes 40 feet of your movement, leaving you with, of your 60, because you took number 1, 20 more feet of movement before your, because it's 40. Yeah, 24 more feet of movement before you still have your action, which you can use to then dash if you wanted to.
Yeah, I'm just gonna try to catch up to Elijah, but
You easily catch up to Elijah. That would be your move action. Yes, sir?
oh,
That was 5 4s in the damage.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
it's not letting me adjust that. I don't know why. Like it's not even pulling it up on when I click my mini.
What's
Just
not
what?
pulling up?
My health.
Oh, you just adjusted on your character sheet.
Yeah, but it doesn't like reflect. That's so weird.
It
That's
is
because
weird.
we don't have a map up. It's not.
No.
not necessarily-
We're all on the
No,
same
it
Don't
should
you
page.
work.
work.
Yeah, we're all on the same page. It's just still work, like she said.
Oh.
It's linked to Rena the Destroyer. It says HP is linked. You should have 108 health total, right?
Yeah.
And
And I was
you're-
trying to take the 11 off, but it's
the
still showing it
the
on my
temp
mini.
HP. For some reason, the temp HP never friggin'
Temp is
lines up the
different.
correct. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
weird. Here you go. I have it reflecting now.
Okay, thank you. All right, yeah, and then like the little circles disappeared over my. It wasn't coming back up when I clicked on it. I have no idea why.
If you click away and click back, it should be fine now, and you should be able to press the -12 on your, -12 on your, or whatever it is that you're supposed to minus off your health.
It's 96.
Hi, Neil.
Minus
It's
14.
right now.
Neil's isn't here.
-14.
Oh, minus
Neil, nothing
14.
cool happened
Yeah.
yet.
Sorry. Okay. All right, that's fine.
Cool. So you use your action catching up to Elijah. What do you do, Rena? Your move action. Sorry, to catch up to him. Sorry.
I guess I'll just say because I saw where this like rope area was, right?
Yeah, you're moving away from that. He's going the opposite direction. The casting came from elsewhere.
Okay. Yeah,
Way
yeah,
over
yeah.
there.
So I'll actually just grab him and say, "It's you're going the wrong way. It's over this way."
Oh, haha. Sorry, I was fixing something for Rena. That's why. Thank you.
I'm going the wrong way?
Eisen, whatever the name is.
Yeah, it's coming.
Eisen.
The like, would I know that it's a caster or no? Devosky didn't say anything about that. All I know is that I just heard this like grumbling noise from where the rope was, right?
Oh, you didn't hear it. Devosky just said he's over there
And I saw where it
pointed.
was.
where I
Yeah.
pointed.
Yeah, you just know that he pointed in that direction, and you know that clearly a spell happened because you just ripped your way through the effects of it.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, she'll just say, he must be over this way. That's where
Okay.
Devosky pointed out. And start heading that direction.
You start heading over. So, you, like I said, you went over, you caught up to him, and you just moved past Elijah at this point. Then,
Well, yeah, towards wherever we're to where we're
sure.
headed.
Roll a perception check as you're continuing to move forward. So one of the things that you notice as you're moving up is, unfortunately, you still don't see the guy where this casting is, but you do come across a strange little area. You get maybe 20 feet further than him, and something strange kind of catches you off guard. Not off guard, I should say. Something that you notice in the grounds there is there's a spot on the grounds where the grass and the whole area right there seems to be charred, like something had burned the area, and you get this strong, almost like sulfur smell coming from like, as soon as you walk up, you're like, what is this? Like, you stop, it catches your attention, and you see like the whole area with the burn marks, and like the browned out grass, and like everything's kind of charred, like almost like brimstone and sulfur is what you're getting from there. It's weird, but you don't notice him, unfortunately. You do anything
Okay.
with your bonus action, Rena?
She would lay low until Elijah caught up.
Perfect. After that is going to be my turn. Arena.
Mm-hmm.
Give me 1 second. This thing is being stupid. Roll 20 is something stuck on my screen. I can't get rid of. An unlink thing is right there.
Happening.
Yeah, roll 20 is like broken. All right. So he is going to attack you. You have no idea where he is. But just because you don't know where he is doesn't mean he has advantage, unfortunately. So he is going to attack at you with his bow. My first attack at you, I'm going to take a -5 on my attack roll. And I'm going to hope for the best. Are you ready for this?
$11.
That's an 11. I don't think it's technically a 10 because of my penalty. I don't hit. I'm not going to do anything else. So he attacks at you with an 11. So he kind of like pops up, takes a shot at you, and for the first time maybe ever, he misses you with his shot, and he actually backs up like a good 30 feet or so. You can actually see where he's moving. You don't see exactly where his location is because he's behind some brush, he's behind some trees, he has a good bit of cover, but you can see the area that he's in. The movement that he's making, he's still a good over 100 feet or so from where you are. And then another arrow kind of cuts through some bushes and whatnot over towards where you are. He doesn't need a clean shot to hit you. He knows where you are, he knows where he is, and he can kind of in his mind bridge that gap to make that second attack against you. You know what, screw it. I'm going to take my chances. I'm going to take a -5 again on this next attack. And it paid off. It paid off. Beautiful. Oh, I'm so happy. Here we go. It's going to be +10 to this damage. Ooh, 27 points of damage Rena takes. The first attack, unfortunately, he pops up. She doesn't see it coming. But she moves out of the way, it just narrowly misses. She starts tracking him with him. He starts moving through bushes or whatever. She's like, that motherfucker, I'm gonna as it literally catches you in the chest. No, oh yes. That's 20
So
points.
I'm gonna
31 point. Oh.
I'm gonna parry this second attack.
Yeah, you go ahead. 31.
No, you can't do that.
31 becomes 22.
Okay.
Take 22 damage as you take a
Are you
pretty
alive?
hefty hit.
Holy moly. Holy guac and cheese.
Awesome.
Yeah, I'm fine.
So he technically, he popped up within your line of sight. He's out of your line of sight right now. So he does not in an area where you can see him currently. So he is going
Can
to
I see
attempt
him?
to, no. He's going, because he's behind brush. He can stay behind cover and still attack you guys as long as he doesn't have complete cover or concealment. So he does that and then just continues moving. So when you go looking for him, I have to roll my stealth, but with disadvantage against your roll. Anyways, that was his, hold on. Thing froze for a second. Okay. That was his move. That was his attack. That is his turn. That's his turn.
So,
Yes,
so
sir.
now I.
Go ahead, Rena.
No. You go first.
I was gonna say, Scott, the ground is this way, right? The ground is filled with spikes and thorns and obstacles, correct?
Where you are. Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
There are trees here.
There are trees there. Yeah. It's your turn. Unless Rena had a question first.
No. Sorry.
Go ahead.
Dvoski's gonna go ground obstacle, and he's gonna jump into the tree.
Make me an athletics check to climb. Okay. So you literally just look around, you see all this damage there, you're like, nope. And because you're so tall, being a mountain man, and mountain men are really good athletics, you literally just like, branch. Reach up and you grab like George like branch. And you grab the thing, you like one arm, chin up
By the
yourself
way,
to the
it's like
branch.
number 1 for movement speed.
Cool. And you easily are able to clamber up onto the branch and get yourself situated up inside the tree, comfortably so. You're good.
Can I jump outside of the area in which it was a problem?
You're gonna have to try to jump from tree to tree. I'm gonna need another athletics check to have you move outside of here. You're moving at half speed. I know that you ignore rough terrain, but you're not rough terraining, you're climbing. So you're moving at half speed. Yeah, you have no problem, honestly. Once you climb yourself up there, you go to the end of the branch. It's one of those, you're used to standing jumps as like a mountain man jumping from cliff edge to cliff edge. So you're just kind of like as you jump from one branch to the next, and as you like land on it, and of course the whole thing like because you're so friggin' heavy jumping onto it. You loop an arm onto a branch overhead and use that to support you and give you like balance as well as absorb some of your weight on the impact. You can catch yourself there. Then you climb to the base of the branch, up along another one, and kind of like over to another one. And then you can drop down from the tree. It's taking your entire move, but you are 30 feet away. You're outside of the area of the spell. You're safe. Just took your
Pass
whole
without a
movement.
trace is still up, correct?
Technically speaking, though, it wasn't applied a moment ago. Mhm.
Correct. So then when I get to the ground, I would hide it, but I don't have any movement. So, and I use my action, I guess, to climb, or
You use your action to hide if you'd like.
yeah, that's what I would do.
Okay.
So 17.
God, I love how low you pour with that how low you roll with that plus 13. So it just makes me laugh.
So it's a
Above
17
or-
plus whatever the bonuses are, because the 10. Pass without trace gives me the plus 10, and then
Yeah,
you're
so
saying
17 plus 1 from the penance. So yeah,
Okay,
18
so it's
total.
an
Yep.
18.
Yep. So you're good. Awesome. That's Devosky's turn. That brings us to Elijah. Elijah, you obviously saw arrows flying at Rena. She's not far ahead of where you should, like 20 feet ahead of where you are. You saw a bit of movement, but you don't see exactly where he goes. You're welcome to chase after him to go try to find him if you'd like, but you're gonna have to move your whole movement before you can even get that perception check in.
Okay, that's fine. Is this a bonus action? No, fuck.
You could technically make things a bonus action by taking number 5.
Yeah, but I won't be able to catch up to him if I'm running the same speed as him. All right,
We
take
don't
number
know
1.
how far he's moved because he hid.
Well,
Neil.
yeah, I don't know where he is to begin with. I'll take the 30 movement, and I'll move 60 feet.
Yeah, you're gonna move up
That'd be
and
my
make
move.
that perception check. Okay, before you
Yeah.
make your perception check, let me roll. Like I said, I have to roll a disadvantage on my roll, and I do not currently have a spell on me, so.
Oh, and the fumble. Still
I
a
still-
fumble, but
It's
a
still
12.
a fumble. It's a 12 that you have to try to beat, which isn't easy, but it's not hard either.
Yeah, but
there's a fu-
Elijah's rolling with
There's a fumble.
disadvantage.
Yep, there's a fumble.
Oh!
Let's go!
Oh!
What the
Getting
fuck?
the arena roll! Double 19!
Hell yeah!
Finally, I see somebody. Holy moly!
So the way we're gonna have the fumble work for you, Elijah, is that when you come rushing through, poking around, you end up coming at a different angle than the angle that Rena is. You're not an idiot. You're not gonna go and rush into where she just got shot from.
Yeah, but you're not
When you
even-
come rushing around where he's ducked down and crouched, he's actually got a pretty decent hiding spot. The problem is his intention is all directly towards, he knows Rena. He knows how she moves now. He's watched, he's studied her. Probably more days than you guys realize. Creepy. Anyways, so he is literally watching, waiting for that next shot. He's got an arrow literally in his, between his fingers, waiting to draw and pull at her. He has no idea that you just came round side. You have him flanked. Complete drop on him. Now, if you want to keep moving any closer than this, like, say, 30, 40 feet away from... No, sorry, the 60 feet away that you are, you can have a stealth, but he doesn't know where you are.
I'm so scared. So that didn't use my action, right? That perception check didn't use my action, so I still have my action, right?
Still have your action.
Okay. And since he doesn't know where I am, do I get advantage on my disadvantage, making an attack roll normal?
Yeah. Yes, yeah, all of those things, yeah. If only
Okay,
you had a
I'm
way to
so
freeze wisdom.
scared.
All right.
I'm so. Oh, that'd be so great if I could get one of those.
All right, roll your
Um,
attack roll. What are you doing?
I'm gonna do something a little special, Daelric.
Oh, something different? I'm
Something
excited.
different. Something you haven't seen before that I've been waiting since I made this character to use.
I don't know what it is, so I'm excited.
I have no clue.
So when he sees the archer hiding behind the tree or bush or whatever it is, that he's
Word
hiding
of
behind.
wisdom coming your way from Jake.
oh,
That's
Jake,
boy.
is
Jake?
that?
That's your boy.
From
I
Jake?
see Neil, but I haven't seen Jake.
Oh,
type,
wow.
Oh,
so-
Jake's
I know
a lurker. And I'll
Jake
call him
likes
out.
to watch, though. I know Jake.
Yeah.
Jake likes.
So
to
if I use it on
watch
this attack, then I
Jake
do
does
get
like
advantage.
to
right?
watch, right, Jake? You do like
Okay.
to watch.
Okay.
All right, I wasn't making it that way.
God, Jesus.
If your account
so-
drops.
he comes in. Hello.
If I use it on this attack, I get advantage, right? The Winifred's Wisdom. That's how that works?
Correct.
Yeah, because
Okay.
one neutralized the other one, and you just got advantage on it. Yep.
Yes. Okay. Then I'm going to use this. So,
I know,
okay, so he
double
sees the
natty
guy.
ones.
I fucking hope not. I'm so scared. So he sees the guy hiding behind the tree or bush or whatever, and he's going to, from his little
Freeze,
satchel pocket,
motherfucker.
he's going to take out a small diamond worth at least 100 gold pieces. And he's going to stick his arm out and wind back. And with a little bit of magic, this diamond turns into a giant ice lance. And he's holding it, and he chucks it at his motherfucker when he's not looking.
Oh
I'll put
god,
the spell
please
in.
roll so
Cast it
low.
level 3 with advantage. I hope that it does the advantage in it.
Is this a strength check?
So, hold on. I have to actually roll the attack now. Where's
Oh,
it?
he
There it
gets a
is.
dex save though.
Oh, so yeah, it's not. Is it an attack roll? Wait, hold on.
It's not an attack roll, it's a dex save.
Wait, you.
I think I just made an attack roll for it for the damage.
No. You create a spear-like ice, which you hurl
So
a
it
creature.
always hits.
The target. Yeah. It always hits unless I make a dexterity saving throw.
Oh, okay. Well, then never mind. I won't use the inspiration. Fuck.
Must succeed a dexterity
Anyway.
saving throw, or take 3d6 and 3d6 and be stunned until the end of the next turn.
What's the DC?
The
It's
DC
based
would be
off
my
of-
spell DC, right?
Yeah.
So that'd be
Dude,
16.
that could literally be all or nothing.
Yeah.
The question is, if he doesn't see it, is he allowed to make a dex save?
Maybe with
Hold on.
disadvantage, we can do that. I can
Uh,
use my inspiration to
I
give
think
him
this was-
disadvantage.
I think this was written in there poorly. But
it was
'cause
written poorly.
It looks like
Very
it looks
bad.
like an all or nothing,
All or
which
nothing.
is very unusual in 5, especially for a 3rd level spell. But the stunned until the end of his next turn is probably why, because that's like a huge extra thing. That's
Yeah.
kind of like a lot of damage or suck. Kind of.
Wait,
give me 1
or
second for
take
stunned.
3d6 piercing damage and 3d6 cold damage and be stunned. Yeah, so it's an all or nothing for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm just double checking stunned for 5e. Incapacitated, can't move, can only speak falteringly. Attack rolls against you have advantage. You automatically. Oh wow, you automatically fail strength and dexterity saves. Wow. So anyways, and that also gives you incapacitated, which means you can't take actions or reactions. All right, so I have to make my dexterity saving throw against DC what?
16.
I also don't even see Ice
And-
Lance in here.
No, it won't be.
It's not. And can I
Okay.
use my inspiration to give him disadvantage or only on myself?
What is Winifred's wisdom actually phrased as? I think it only gives you advantage, but I want to confirm that.
Well,
Because
and then this is my question for you, since he has no clue he's there. Does he get a dex save? And if he does, should it automatically be a disadvantage?
he would actually be rolling at disadvantage for the dex save because of the situation.
Okay, so I don't need to use inspiration.
Correct. You actually get to keep Winifred's wisdom, but I need to roll that. I need to check this. What
Who
is
gave that
Winifred's
to me?
wisdom do?
Jake? Is that
Yeah.
Jake that gave it to me?
Yeah.
Jake, if you want a refund, I'll give
No,
it
no,
back.
no, no.
if
You
want it.
you have it for a later thing. He'd want you to keep it because
Okay.
you're useless. I mean, he'd want to see you succeed.
True.
In all fairness, Davoski has been useless aside from killing that troll hound single-handedly.
All right. It's a DC what again?
16.
It's a 16 and I have disadvantage.
Yeah, but it's a dex save.
It's a dex save.
Yeah, but it's a 16 and I have disadvantage.
It's a dex save. He's
Yeah,
good
but
at
it's a dex save.
Oh.
You can't even. Oh my god. Yes. Yes.
Oh,
All right, roll
Okay.
your damage.
Roll your damage.
All right, I'm
and
gonna roll this
stunned for a
manually,
round?
'cause-
Fuck me sideways.
All right, so this is the piercing damage. The 3d6. So it's 12. This
What's the
is the
cold
cold damage, just 3d6. So that's
Oh my
10.
God.
But the cold damage because of glacials, or is it storm surge? Hold on.
Your other stuff affects it, right?
Yeah, so I can't do anything with glacials, but I can use my 1 charge of storm surge I have today. So I'm going to put that in there, which gives me. Yeah, where is it? Wait, what do I do with this again? Does anyone remember what storm surge does? Hold on.
Once
Okay,
you
so I
You
see
never,
that I-
because you
kill-
never use your abilities.
When you kill one or more creatures with a cold spell, you regain 1 storm surge. Once per
You
turn
can
when
spend to deal
damage-
extra cold damage to that target. The extra damage equals your wizard level. Oh, there it is. Okay, so it
Okay.
does 7 damage. 7
7
extra
more
damage.
cold damage.
So that'd be 19 plus 10, 29 damage total.
Okay.
He's stunned.
29 damage total. Ouchies. And,
Yeah,
and
17 cold, 12, and
he's
he's stunned.
stunned. So 29 total, sorry? Cool.
Yeah.
Okay. Ouch. That was a big one. So Rena, you're moving forward. All this. Oh, fuck! You ripped the thing out as you parried most of it, but it still went through. Or as a chunk of it, but it still went through. You rip the thing out, and then as you like thinking bloody murder or whatever it is, you look to the side and you see Elijah, a huge like ice spear forming in his hand, and he hurls the thing. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
I imagine the reason he's stunned is it goes through him and it's stuck into the ground.
Or in the tree or whatever he's, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
bush.
yeah. It's actually, I would just say it's stuck in him, and it's just gonna start melting, but stuck inside him.
Yeah, him and something else, which is why he's stunned. He can't.
Well,
move
it-
or-
No,
He's
go
stunned
all
because
the
of
way
the
through
pain.
him.
Because of ouchies. Yeah, because of big ouchies. Rena, it is your turn, and I just need to click this real quick.
Nice.
Hold on. Yeah. Here we go.
Thank you. Okay, sick. How far away am I from him?
So
Thank
you
you,
again,
Jake.
you were still like a good 60-ish feet away from him, so you're gonna have to use, because he kept moving backwards, he was already ahead, so on and so forth. So you're gonna have to use number 1 just to get up to him with this turn.
Yeah, it's fine. I'll do that again.
Cool.
Let's do that. I'm just gonna go straight for him.
Correct.
Okay.
Stunned, not pinned. I don't know
Yeah.
what the difference is.
And I'm gonna
Pin
attack.
means he can't move. Stun means he can't do anything.
All right, Rena, it's stunned. He's incapacitated. Attack rolls of advantage. Rena, it's your turn.
Rena, you
I
get
have advantage.
Yeah.
Chop off his fucking head, Rena.
Yes. Oh my god. Okay, wait, which one is it? It's the Great Axe one that I'm using. Sorry, it's been so long since I played.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Whose
I wish
fault
he had
is
the
that?
opportunity to beg for his life.
Anniversary girl.
Screw
Does
that.
that hit?
19?
Does that hit?
It's technically a 21.
It is 21.
21?
That does hit. It does hit.
Oh, so close to that 12.
Okay, I'll take my
That's
damage.
insane.
Okay.
Are you okay? Is Kudon looking all right? or-
Rena, it's your turn.
He's
Okay,
like, I'm
yeah.
fine.
Action surge,
All right,
action
cool.
surge, action
Yeah,
surge.
well,
She
that
has
was
a
my.
second
I
attack
have a
first.
second attack and then I can
Oh.
action surge.
Yeah,
So,
chop him into little
it's
baby
fine.
pieces.
Oh, wait, did I get advantage on that one still?
Yeah, he's still pinned.
Oh,
First on.
yes.
No,
oh,
Messi fucked him up with a
yes.
status effect.
Yeah.
man.
Oh.
Sorry.
Okay.
It's okay, I have action surge.
Okay.
I'll do that again.
Yeah, action surge.
Hey, somebody in chat want to give me a. Can I get 8 of the martyr in chat for Kudon? Anybody?
Oh, come on.
8 of
That's
the martyr
9.
for Kudon in chat.
Can you extra attack on your action surge? I think you can, right?
Come on, somebody give him a chance. Give him a fighting chance.
Yes, right? Because it's essentially.
Can you put it in
it's
chat?
just,
Is it whenever you
um,
take a attack action, you get an extra attack action?
You can take one additional action on top of your regular action.
Yeah, so she has one more attack. She has a 4th
So I can
attack.
attack a 4th time. Oh my god.
Chop off his fucking nuts. Oh, that's definitely a hit.
That's how they hit.
Come on, kill him. Roll max damage.
Oh, that lag.
Is it
It's
not
lagging.
rolled yet?
Yeah, god damn it. 4 attacks in a row.
Suspense, suspense.
I know, like can't handle it. It's like, Okay, hang on. I don't want to click it again. Come on.
This
Damn
could take-
it. Roll 20. What the hell? Should I click it again?
I'd click it again, see if it pops up. We just take the first one anyways.
Hey, Scott, can you give
hate
Steve all of my
some
daddies that I
trash.
have?
Nope, daddies are generally non-transferable. Though I do owe
Generally.
I do owe Vince Sexel 3,000 daddies. But he'll just use them on you guys. Because he was the third person in Anno thought it was him, which I thought was funny, but he was the third person for a Patreon thing. Say something.
Can I precision attack?
Precision
Is
doesn't
that
increase
extra
damage. No.
I thought it
You
was
would
just
have to
chance
call
hit, yeah.
beforehand, so no.
I always do this. Okay, never mind.
So you walk up to him and you're like, mother. So actually, I want you
Yeah.
to describe your 4 attacks. You do it, Rita. You
What?
describe
No,
your
that's
attacks.
exactly how it goes.
Go.
Okay.
You took this from me in Ophios.
Straight. She's like, oh, okay, cool. Thanks for the opening, Elijah. Like, runs straight towards him. I imagine she kind of propels herself off the ground and tries to do like a lunging like sort of attack.
Oh, you mean she jumps really high?
6 feet. Yeah, she jumps 6 feet up and then comes down with her first attack, which is
Don't
why it's the
embarrass
most.
yourself again. Oh,
It's
you
the
already took it
most
off.
damage. What? Oh, he
And
lifted
he
the
curled
knees
his
that
legs.
time. Yeah.
That
Yeah.
was
Anyway,
think-
she's
I
just
think the
like
feet
hacking
actually
away
got
at
us.
him. That's about it.
cuts into little baby pieces, and he's alive.
She's still just going at it. Yeah. Just keep
He's
still alive,
swinging it.
Scott.
Oh, he's still alive.
Yeah.
Fuck.
That's
His
I
dog's
rolled.
not.
I rolled shit damage. That's why.
Hold
He
on.
can't do anything this turn, right?
Hold on. Hold on.
Mm-mm.
He's stunned.
Hold on. Hold on.
We're all waiting now,
Hold
right?
on. Fuck me.
You're stunned, baby. So then it's Tyler's turn.
God,
Right?
how far away am I from this man?
You're still a good distance away. You're even if you grab number 1, you would take a double move, like a bonus action. Sorry, a dash action to
Can
get
I
all the
see
way
him?
up there. No, unfortunately, you can't at the moment. You have to still move up a good distance to be able to see him because of the brush and everything that's in the way. It's, I should say, to see him with a clean shot.
Yeah. I'll take one and see him. See if I would I be able to see him with a clean
If you
shot
move
in
that
30
60
or
feet,
60?
you'd be able to move the whole 60 because you took number 1. And then
Yep.
you would be able to, because you don't get impeded at all. Remember how before she's like, I can move 120, but she only moves 100.
Correct.
You move the full 60, no problems. And then you can actually see him if you want to take a range shot,
Cool.
or you can dash to get all the way up there.
Cool. Bonus action, Hunter's Mark.
He would be within that range. Yeah, that's fine. So any other spell you would have had up is gone, but I don't think you care about that.
Don't care. He's injured. Colossus Slayer is up. Oh, he's my favorite enemy. That's up.
Sure.
That doesn't give me advantage on the attack, correct?
Nope, you do not have advantage on the attack. He is down because he was like nailed down. So his advantage / disadvantage equals a normal roll. Yeah, advantage, disadvantage, normal roll. Hold on. 15. A 15
16.
doesn't hit.
16,
16,
17.
17. 17 hits.
Too easy.
From right over Rena's shoulder,
Mm-hmm.
straight into the guy's chest, an arrow comes zinging by.
Slash sleeve.
Take some of her hair with it.
Sure, this one misses.
You're gonna have to luck that one if you even want a chance to hit.
Do it, Tyler.
Yes!
It'd be 15 total.
That's 13, 14, 15 does not hit.
15 doesn't hit?
Nope.
Oh wow.
Does
So you
favorite
actually
enemy
miss.
Or give me an advantage at all or anything?
Not attack rolls, I don't think, does it? It's just damage rolls. Yeah, damage rolls and a couple of different skill checks. So 15 does not hit with that second attack roll. So you hit him in, like, this guy is not okay. He's not okay. Simply, by the way, Neil did something. He spent daddies in chat, and I don't even know what he was asking for because it makes no sense. So he just said words that don't apply. So, Elijah's turn. Yes, sir.
After the shots, Davosky would say, his hide is yours. And he would, after his shots, he would start walking away.
Okay.
Hi. Thank you. Okay, he's gone.
He would essentially from your vision disappear, but he would still be around to make sure the kill happened.
Okay. Well, since the thing Neil said doesn't really make sense, and I think it was meant to be, I'm just going to take it this way because it's the only thing that makes sense.
Steve is asking a question if he's stunned.
It's until. Hold on, let me just confirm. It's until his next turn, right? So until Elijah's turn.
Well, he's asking Steve. Steve is asking technically.
Oh, and if it's next turn. Oh. He actually wouldn't have been stunned against Davosky. Davosky would have attacked him. That's fine. We'll just leave Davosky as it is. He's not stunned for you, Elijah.
So would I have attacked with advantage?
A disadvantage, actually.
Why would it have been disadvantage?
You had advantage and disadvantage with the attacks that you're making there.
But Steve is asking all attacks advantage with stunned or no.
He's not stunned.
He was stunned.
He was until the end of its next turn. Its next turn was immediately after Arena beat the shit out of him.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah. So, but that's fine. We'll just leave it as it is instead of remathing that one. It's Elijah's turn. He is not stunned anymore.
Okay.
It just worked out perfectly that Elijah went and then she beat the shit out of him and then he wasn't stunned anymore.
Yeah.
So. That's right, because he was prone. Because he's not fully prone. He's kind of like, he's like down like this. He's like down on the knee. You know what I mean? So.
Okay.
Anyway, so Elijah, it's your turn.
Okay. I'm going to try to intimidate him.
She knocked the icicles out of him.
You're gonna intimidate him?
Well, I guess I don't need to.
Oh, I like.
was gonna wait.
If he's still alive, Davosky's still there.
But you can still say his height is yours and he's standing there, but he's not
Yeah.
quite left yet, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead. Elijah, what do you do, sir?
Sorry, I'm just trying to remember for lore reasons why we came out here to kill him in the first place. Was it strictly revenge?
Vengeance! Live.
So 100%.
I mean,
for
I'm sure.
murder.
I'm sure there. If you had any knowledge of what had happened, I'm sure Elijah might have questions for him.
I do have questions for him, but they're not that deep, and I'm sure he'll give me one-word answers, and then we'll kill him anyway. So, don't even care. Can I delay my turn until right after Renus for the rest of the combat?
No, because you're at the bottom of initiative.
Oh, you're right. Okay.
Can't go up. You want to go down.
I'll just
Freeze him.
You can hold your turn to do something.
I'll summon a fireball to my hand, and if he tries to run, I'll throw it at him. But I'm just gonna wait and let Rena go.
Okay, Rena.
So
your
I
turn.
guess I'll prepare an action to throw a fireball if he runs. That's what I'll do.
Firebolt, not ice.
You still have blessings.
Well,
of
it'll
Roga.
become ice when I throw it.
Thank you for reminding me. I think there's 2 left. Let me just confirm that before I actually press enter. Nope, 3 left.
Sick. Okay, I'm
So I'll
going
take a
to
4.
Take
Take my plus AC just in case.
Oh.
I
Blessings
imagine.
of Roga made this fight not fun. I blame Oklo.
I can't decide between 3 and 4, I guess.
Are you trying to kill him like right now?
That's the goal.
Take
She wants to
3.
guarantee that she can hit him.
Take 3.
Take
3's an extra attack, yeah.
I guess 3, yeah. I might as well take it.
Okay.
Because isn't that
It's
that's just one
normal.
extra attack, or is that
Make an extra attack, yeah. It's supposed to
Okay.
be
You
as
can
a
make
bonus
3.
action, yeah. Make an
Yeah.
extra attack as a bonus action is what it's supposed to say. Yep.
Technically, she would have 5 attacks then.
No, she doesn't.
If she
has-
action surged.
She can't action search a second time.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
right.
that's what I thought.
no, just the ones.
Mhm.
Okay, then I'm gonna attack.
You're gonna kill him?
Oh,
Not gonna say anything.
hold on.
Yeah, I feel like Rena would have words.
Is
But
he
it's
that
your
close to
character,
death?
too.
I didn't think
looks
he was
pretty
that close to
fucking
dying.
Close to death. Do you want
Oh.
to try to? Do you want to try to critically, or what is it? Non-lethal hit him with an axe.
No, she wants to kill him, but I didn't realize he was that close to death. Sorry, that's my bad.
What do you say?
She would. Jeez, I didn't think I'd get this far. Okay.
did.
I was like, wow, I wasn't prepared for this.
You gonna say that?
She'd actually just walk. No. She'd walk up to him.
You're standing next to him. you
Like
hit him with an
X.
axe.
Oh, well, okay, whatever. So, I mean, I imagine she probably took a step back or something after the attack, but anyway. Why have you been hunting us this long?
Let's see, yeah.
His eyes narrow at you. His grip is tightened on his bow. He looks at you. His teeth gritted. he starts to kind of like lean back a little bit, prepared to for the fact that you're about to engage with him even further in melee. He's bloodied. He's injured. He's very, very injured. There's huge gashes along his body. His fur that's covering it is because remember he's a very furry creature. His fur that's covering all over him is like matted down and coated in very thick blood. Drops like dripping off the ends of like not matted and knotted grips of like groupings of hair. And he just gives you like a low. Unfortunately, it doesn't even give you the satisfaction of an answer. Do you push it? Do you try to say anything more?
You have intimidation or?
That's an action, technically.
Oh.
I don't know if I want to waste that.
I mean, you have plenty of options of things you can do here, and you have backup.
True.
So it's ultimately what you think Rena would do.
Actually, you know what? She might intimidate him because I think she'd push it. She'd want an answer.
Okay. Roll the intimidation check, and I will give you advantage on this roll because, you know, you are kind of in a position of authority. 3 of you over him being rather injured, so on and so forth. I'll give you advantage on the roll. I'm nice like that. There it is.
We have 3 luck die. in the
Oh,
pool.
yes, for some reason this is all up here. Sorry. So it's a 14 on there. Chat was rolled up. So anyways, a 14 on the roll. You try, what do you do to intimidate him when you when he gives you that growl back?
She'll actually take the axe and put it up underneath his chin, kind of force his head up, and say,
Like, force him
"Answer
to look
me,"
at you?
like through gritted teeth. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
You say, "Answer me."
Mm-hmm.
At this point, he leans back, and his lean back actually ends in like a kind of like a reverse somersault, where like rolls backwards. And Rena, of course, not wanting him to get away, like leans into him as he goes to do it, not realizing that he, of course, had positioned himself over a little bit of a pit trap he had set beforehand. Rena, of course, is now tumbling into a pit trap that was previously set there. He had staged himself well in advance to be there. So as he kind of does this like roll backwards, you shit, as you fall into the pit. I need a dexterity saving throw from you real quick.
And that would trigger my
Is that
action
normal?
with the firebolt, right?
Technically speaking, yeah.
Were you answering me or her? Sorry.
I was answering
think
you. I
me.
didn't hear her question.
Oh, I
yeah,
said, is it normal?
No, normal for you, yes. Serena, you definitely fall into the pit and just, while you're down there. Unfortunately, the pit also had some like bits of spikes and everything that were down below as well. Fortunately, your armor was actually well crafted and held up in such a way that it was able to stop you from being penetrated by any of those spikes. On your next turn, as you're like looking how to get out of there, whatever, you'll realize that there's a bit of a thick material, like a thick, goopy material on the edge of those hard wooden spikes he had jutted into the ground and around. So probably a good thing that you rolled well on your dexterity save. It's a 14 total, don't forget, because of Penance of the Arbiter.
Mm-hmm.
Penance of the Arbiter. So actually, you're good there. But he did tumble backwards, triggering your prepared action, Messy.
Let's go. And this
Roll
would,
your
of course, be a cold attack. Not that it probably matters. 10 damage.
Oof, that's a big one. So, you hit him with the cold spell. It's one of those things where it is literally sheer force of might and will. It's something that you see, generally speaking, only the most feral of orcs in the Barren Lands are able to just, despite the hit, despite the damage, they should drop. They should succumb to the pain of the wounds that they have, but they just have enough ferocity to just go on, even if only for a bit more. So he's literally known as the terror of the Barren Lands. So it makes only the most sense that he would have a characteristic like the creatures that come out of it. So he's takes the hit. Rena's in the hole, and you're the closest one, Elijah. So unfortunately, he's gonna go for you. he starts walking forward towards you, getting closer and closer. And as he does so, he starts drawing out this axe, an axe that has this strange looking metal that its head is made out of. He walks towards you. As he does so, raising the axe over his head, you can almost smell a little bit of brimstone as he starts to swing the axe at you. He drops the bow in the last moments, grabbing the axe with both of his hands to make sure that he swings it mighty, he swings it true.
So he would attack with disadvantage because I still have blur up. Yeah, sorry.
Have you taken damage? Not since then.
Nope, he has not
You
taken
cast
any
any
damage.
concentration spells?
Nope, he has not.
I'm checking real quick just to be sure. Storm Surge is no. Ice Lance is no.
Yeah, the lance is attack, so.
Glacius Imperium is no. You're like the person I don't want to hit.
Gotcha.
Fuck.
Gotcha. Tricked
All
ya.
right.
I also have shield, so I don't think he's gonna hit me, but you could try.
Natty 20, Scott. I just need 2 natty 20s together.
Please not natty 20. $13. Yeah, I don't even need a shield. I mean, if you roll a 4, then yeah, I would have to waste a shield, but I have 3 of them. So- Yeah, you can think about this one. Oh, thanks for the emote, Neil.
17.
17
It's technically a 16 because -1.
would be a 16, so it won't hit unless you daddy's dice, in which case I'm just going to use a shield. So it's a +5.
So what's your AC become?
He has the
22.
bonus. He has the bonus from his stuff. Yeah.
Oh, and I took the +2 in the previous round, so actually it's a 24. Because it's not been a full turn yet.
Yeah.
My AC is a 24 with the shield. Nice try.
If only you knew. If only you knew.
I'm absolutely not scared at all.
This message goes to somebody out there. And all I have to say is I tried. I tried really hard. But chat fucked it up, man.
Sure.
I tried, man. I tried so hard.
Well, I don't know what you're going to
God.
do. This.
No. Just shh. You guys be quiet. Listen.
Is it my turn?
Just shh. I tried. A disadvantage with every roll. They had like advantage with every roll. Listen,
My
okay?
AC's
They
24.
rolled ridiculously. I'm rolling meh. I tried, okay? I put spells out there. I had misdirections out there. I tried legitimately. But Blessing of Rogue is a bitch. Ruins
Yeah.
everything. Yes, Tyler.
How far am I from him? I had moved 60 before to get my shot. Am I within 30?
See, he moved, stepped up, drew his weapon, attacked twice. Did he do
He moved
anything
up to
with
me.
his-
He's 5 feet with me.
Oh, technically speaking, he would have used a bonus action as he did his stuff. He would have cast a spell, but what spell would he have cast? None of these would have done anything, right? Yeah, wouldn't have done anything. Oh my God, he definitely would have cast this. I am so sorry. He obviously would have cast a spell as he stepped forward to attack you. Why wouldn't he? He had a bonus action to cast, and he didn't care about concentrating on the spell from before. So I'm going to re-roll one of those attack rolls against you, Messi. But, without the disadvantage, because advantage neutralizes.
Okay.
So
sure.
I have to keep the daddy's dice spent. I have to keep the 4. So I have to keep that.
Okay.
And you have
Sure.
obviously
Oh no, you have to keep a 4.
You obviously have shield up. So I just have to roll really well.
And you get a -1.
Yeah, of course, I always do.
And I get a +2. So I'm still at a 24 AC.
at a
If you can beat a 24
24
AC with a -1 on a normal roll, then you're good to go.
Nope.
Yeah, no.
He did worse.
Wait, axe from Neil. Neil, what the fuck?
No,
didn't notice
that's
that.
he was
It's
trying to get it
stolen.
to Rena. He shot down the Raven.
Oh, well, okay.
All right,
I
Scott.
did full reroll. I legit did full reroll. You have to full reroll. I did. That's a full reroll.
Yeah, Scott. How far am I from this man?
You within like 50, 60 feet. Again, if you take number 1, you could easily get up to him, like we were saying beforehand. And actually, no, closer. He moved towards you because he walked up to Messi. Actually, he's within normal walking speed. You can normal walking speed him.
Okay.
Are you gonna take Rena's kill like that? Oh my goodness.
I'm like, get me out of this fucking
she
hole.
lost her opportunity.
Oh,
She's in a
And he's a
hole.
hunter.
Oh
you
my
said
God.
you give me the kill, bro.
So if I take 3, I get 3 attacks, right?
Let me confirm that by reading it 1 second, because you usually get 2 attacks.
Oh my God.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, what it is your third attack is supposed to be as a bonus action. Yeah, you make an extra attack as a bonus action. So yes.
Okay. Do I take 4 or do I take 3?
I mean, 3 guarantees you get that third attack. 4 guarantees you have a better chance to hit. I can tell you right now, he fucked up. So.
Yeah. The
Assuming
question
he's
is,
sitting
do
there
I
at
wanna
1
stick
HP
with
in
the
front of him.
bow, or do I want to attack with my sword?
Up to you, giant. Or you could just let him die.
Someone's milking the clock.
What if I walk up? Am I flanking? I'm guessing
could be.
not.
You would have to like move more. You can get up to him, but you would have to maneuver around him, require more movement. If you took
Okay.
number 1, you could flank.
All right, I'm just gonna use my bow. I'm gonna move 30 feet so that Elijah isn't between me and him, and I'm gonna take my shots. And I'm gonna take number. I'll take number 3.
To the +2s.
No, that's the extra.
Extra attack.
Extra
so
attack,
make
okay.
your first attack against him.
Normal, right?
Yeah. You're
Yeah,
melee
normal.
attacking him, right?
No, I'm.
Oh, he's ranged.
Ranged.
Oh, then you can't flank anyways.
That was a.
That was the question.
That was the question. Because if
Yeah.
if I took 1, I would go to flanking.
Roll your attack roll, sir.
All right. Yeah, I already said I'll take 3, so I got to stick with that.
Roll a natty 1, roll a natty 1, roll a natty 1. Tyler, you don't need to click anything else, but you're welcome to enjoy the amount of damage you can do. And then you get to describe how he drops.
So, he maneuvers slightly to the side so that he has just a clean shot over Elijah's shoulder. Elijah, you just feel a whish past your head as an arrow goes straight into the dude's eye. And he just collapses onto the ground. And Dvosky eventually walks up to you and says, "Hunters kill hunters." And he'll walk over and, if I have enough movement, reach down for Rena's hand.
Yeah, you can go and easily pull her up. Yep. Rena. Pulls you up. Unless you don't take it.
How unsatisfying for Rena.
Really sucks.
She had him dead to rights, said surrender, answer my questions. He said, I'd rather die, and then did. While she was laying in a pit like this.
Stuck in the freaking pit.
Couldn't even see what happened. Just comes out and he's dead.
Oh my God. Okay, fine. She'll take his hand, not knowing, and then see that he's dead. And she'll see how you fucking killed him.
Bad chance. Hunter kill hunter.
It was supposed to be
Sorry.
my kill. She'll kind of just shove past him and walk over to Kudan.
He's dead.
She's actually gonna take her axe and take his head off.
If he wasn't
So
dead
he's
before,
clearly-
which you don't know for a fact, right? Because you're sitting there checking pulse. You're gonna be damn sure of it now. You raise this big, massive axe that you have overhead, and I imagine very dispassionately let it drop to the ground. It's not a fight for your life anymore. It's not any arguments. No anything needs to happen. You just raise the axe in the air. You let the weight of it drop. You let your wrists just guide the accuracy, the aim, and just satisfyingly thumps into the ground, and his head rolls free. Of course, blood pumps out from both sides, as oozes out from one side, pumps from the other side, and it completely comes free.
She'll actually let the axe just stay kind of in the ground and take her hands off of it. And then she's actually not going to do anything for a second. She's just going to stand there kind of staring at him. And she won't say anything.
I just want to look him over.
So while you're standing there staring at him, you walk over to him and start looking over his body. One of the first things, of course, you notice is that like axe that he's holding in his hands. Like clearly, the head of the axe is made out of some strange metal, like one that you've never seen before. The hue to it is a little off, and it has a bit of a smell to it. Like I said beforehand, almost like a brimstone kind of smell to it. It's a battle axe, to be clear, so that you can hold in one hand or two. Easily you cast detect magic, you can tell that the thing is magical. There's no getting around that. That's pretty obvious. As for the other aspects, give me a moment, please. I had to restart Roll20 because it was being screwy.
Was he an orc?
No, he was a creature that you guys haven't been able to
Troll.
identify so far.
No.
Though maybe Davosky can. Maybe he's the only one that hasn't rolled so far. You guys weren't able to figure it out. Either way, he has on him. He also has his longbow on him, which again, you cast detect magic. You can see that that's magical as well. He also has on him a pike, some leather armor, a morning star, which is pretty typical for his kind. And he has a couple of vials, some sort of liquids or whatever that are on his person, as well as some meats that are half rotted and whatnot. But
For the hound, probably.
Yeah, for the hound, exactly. But yeah, I mean, it's one of those things. And one of the other funny things that you happen to find on his person is he has a small metal device. Taking it out and looking at it for a moment, it looks like a very funny looking whistle.
I would probably palm the whistle, and at the same time I'm like investigating it and like taking a look at it, I would hold the bow out for Tyler's character, for the Goliath man.
Before you hold the bow for Tyler's character for the Goliath man,
Uh-oh.
don't forget that bow hunted down and killed both of Rena's friends.
Rena didn't kill him?
So Elijah does that. Okay.
Yeah.
Vosky would ignore him and look over the body, taking a 20 on my nature check, if I can.
You can't take a 20. No, you have to roll.
All right. Do I have advantage or anything?
No.
Fuck.
Oh wait, you specifically said that this was supposed to be some sort of favorite enemy. Because what did you choose for favorite enemy?
I picked humanoid, but I wanted like Badlands creatures.
Okay, he's not super common in the Badlands or whatever, but short version is he's a bugbear. It's a large goblinkin. It's another, it's like a big furry cousin to the hobgoblins. But
Oh.
Not to belong here.
Rena's googling bugbear.
No, that's me.
She's like, I have to draw this thing because I need to draw it miserable. I'm gonna draw it instead of goddamn, what's it called? The iron thing with the spikes that's miserable.
Davosky's actually during this is actually going to walk over to the head and shut its eyes and go, "You want body?"
No, I'd rather the
Just what's on
head.
it. I just want what's on it.
And he's actually going to go to bury it.
The head?
No, the body.
Oh, okay.
Just he's not necessarily moving it. He might throw it in that pit and start using that pit to bury him.
That's a good idea. So you don't pick up the bow that I hold out for you?
He's ignoring it for the time being. He's focused on other things.
Okay.
So he grabs the body like by like the shirt or whatever it is. It's thick. You guys don't care about the armor, and you just like dump him nonchalantly into the pit and start like using whatever weapon you have to like hack at the corners of the pit to make it like kind of dump into itself.
Yep.
Okay.
It's a waste of time.
All creatures deserve return to Earth.
Who decides
Balance.
that?
Nature.
Do
He
what
make
you want.
mistake, go wrong place. Hunt people in wrong place. But nature will take his energy for itself.
Do what you want. And she'd walk over to pick up the head and kind of tie it to, or actually she'd put it in the bag of holding. For now.
You want me to freeze it
It's fine.
first?
It's all over all your stuff.
She doesn't care.
For what
it's
it's
fine.
worth. I am sorry for what happened to friends.
She won't respond. And she'll
Yeah,
actually.
Elijah reading the room will actually hold his hand out for the Goliath and say, thank you.
My bow good. You keep.
Thank you. Again.
She'll start walking off.
Okay, I guess I'll pick
Do
up the
not
axe and the bow.
forget.
She's not really thinking. Sorry.
You
God
want
damn it.
Trollhound?
She wouldn't think about it. She probably wouldn't bother going back, though. I want to go back to get materials, but she wouldn't do it.
I
Why don't
help
you-
carve.
Why don't you bury it like him?
Will do. First harvest useful materials.
I guess you can keep them. We have his head.
What for? Talk with after death?
A trophy, probably. Although, you're smart.
I've been roaming many times. I know
Have
what
you-
things exist and what things can be done.
Do you know
You
anyone
may
who can
get
speak with
answers.
the corpses?
No. Maybe. No.
It would have been too convenient. Well, I guess we'll go back to Dwayne and plan our next steps. I wish you well in the hunt.
He would nod and go about burying stuff.
Okay, and I'd pick up the axe and bow and jog up to Rena.
If you
Then
handed
you-
one of them to her, she would put it. She'd just put it in the bag of holding. She
He'd
wouldn't.
probably
think.
your bow's a regular bow, right? You have a sick new axe, so he'd probably just give you the cool bow.
That's fine. She'll take it, and then they'll just head back to where.
Yeah, when we get
towards
home, I
the
can
city.
I can identify those. We'll see. They're definitely magic, but I'm not sure in what ways. And he'll hold the battle axe that the guy had and kind of like twirl it in his hand and be like, "So how do you use one of these?" As he like aimlessly like swings it around on the walk back, trying not to. Obviously, she's in a bad mood, and he's trying to distract her from the bad mood because, you know, sometimes revenge isn't the best medicine, and he knows that. So, yeah, just trying to make her feel a little bit better. You owe me money, Neil. You son of a bitch.
Actually, if you were playing with the battle axe, like swinging it kind of awkwardly,
Yeah, it's heavy for him, so he's like way choked up on it, and he's like
Yeah.
swinging it like a. You
so
can't see my- like this.
she would take notice actually, and kind of be reminded of when I don't remember what city it was, but they were in this like weaponry store, and Yadis was given like these two short swords, and Rena was using the wooden like axe or whatever. So her mind would like drift back to that kind of moment, and that's kind of what she would be thinking about on the way back.
Just to clarify, he's not swinging it around like a child. He's like weighing.
No,
it,
I
like,
know,
holding
but
it
like
in his
seeing the
hands and,
weight like kind of topple you a little like in one direction, like if you swung it too like wide or something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it'd be more like scientific than just swinging it wildly. He'd be like, just get note. Like, how do people carry things this heavy? kind of a thing. Like, oh, I guess I could hold it choked up. Oh, yeah, that works. Okay. And then silently walk with you.
You guys make your way back to, or at least you're making your way back to Hodgwen. Yes?
And also, I'm not covered in ice anymore. I lost that. Just to
Let it melt off.
Still very pale, though. I look exhausted.
When Ophios went up the stairs, he did so disguised, as he always does, as a snake. He's no fool. He spent the couple extra moments it needed. He plotted his course. He planned out his moves. He brought himself past those that were kind of hiding in the area. And of course, outside of the bank that he found himself in. Banks as an idea are kind of foreign to Ophios as it is. But he understands that this is a place that's meant to be secure. So he understands that. He didn't see money, he didn't see financing or anything, but he understands it's meant to be a secure place. Not a prison that's meant to keep something in as opposed to someone's in, right? He can identify that. He's very smart, especially with the item that Elijah gave him at one point. Whatever the valuable items are. He finds his way outside of the place, being calm, being patient. Last time he tried to leave this place, whenever that was, things didn't go so well. Smarter this time. He eventually finds himself outside. It's later in the day, and there's people about. He knows in snake form, he's definitely going to attract attention. A massive fucking snake moving throughout the city where he has no idea where he is. And he knows that if he just transforms back, he's going to be a big naked boy walking around the city with a big snake head. So that really wouldn't work out easy either. Luckily for him, he can tell that this city, most likely, he can find his way out. He thinks he can find his way. If he's careful, he could bide his time and get himself outside of the city. At least when he's outside, he could stay in snake form in the nature and not be noticed. From there, maybe merchants, or maybe he could kill bandits or whatever he needs so he can get his hands on some degree of clothing. So he would be safe when as he moved forward. He doesn't know where he is. He doesn't know where his friends are. But he knows he has to keep making his way through. No, this place is familiar. He does know where this is. This is Hodgwen. He's been here before, a couple of times. Maybe Arena and Elijah are around. He doesn't see them. Would Ophios continue to try to find them in the city? Or would he, as I said beforehand, make his way outside of the city? Try to...
I mean, where we left him last time was in the bank. So, I mean, obviously he would want to find... He assumes the only reason he got there is because of Rena and Elijah. So I don't know if he would leave the basement of the bank.
He would just stay in the bank. No food, no water. He would starve and die. There's no question.
I mean, he would stay there for a short bit, and if he had to, then he would leave. Yeah.
Yeah, hours
but
later.
But I imagine in the city, if there's a way, like an alleyway or some sort of rags or something, he could transform into human self and like cover his head and just keep his head down and hood up. He would walk.
I use the phrase city. It's technically, I think it might technically be a city. It's more of a large town. You know what I mean? So it's not like there's a bunch of stuff sitting around. In theory, you could steal like clothes that might be on a drying line or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Roll me a stealth with advantage if you're not just trying to stay out of sight, if you're actively doing things.
Did I uncheck something accidentally? Am I supposed to have...
Advantage, that's correct.
No, I was worried that I didn't have a proficiency where I should have a proficiency in something, but I can't remember.
Unfortunately, him stealing clothes, which he successfully does so at a cost. People see him. They notice the snake that's there, semi-blended, camouflaged. They notice like, what is? Oh my God, what is that? As he's trying to steal clothes and leave, and Ophios isn't so dumb as to transform back and be like, hey, leave me alone. Like he would probably stay as the camouflage snake with clothes in his mouth and slither off, and find himself his own little area, to eventually transform and try to throw things over his head. He would eventually try to find cover or whatever. Are you going to stay in the city and try to find them?
Probably in the outskirts.
Okay. Roll me a D100.
When was the last time Ophios was in this town?
When you guys brought him in this town?
Okay, that he
When he was
remembers.
really
Yeah,
sick,
yesterday.
A 3.
Does he remember that?
No, he doesn't know. No, he doesn't remember that shit.
Okay.
He probably has like vague little recognition.
He remembers he had to travel to the town, but things were getting horrible. Like he
Yeah.
was not
Okay.
doing good. Yeah. Like you guys were like flying or some shit with him, and he's like, things aren't good. So anyways, he starts traveling through the outskirts of the town, trying to find them. Unfortunately, does not cross their paths. Sorry, Tyler. We will end this session with Ophios. Rumors of a snake, massive in size, moving throughout the sound, and they're coming back into it. Where's your plan to go? Do you guys want to just go find a hotel room? Are you hoping to go crash at Wayne's one more time?
Probably back to Dwayne's. Oh, thanks for the raid. As we wrap up our session.
It's okay.
Yeah, I think we were headed back to Dwayne's
Heading
because we
back
were
to-
still trying to stay out of spotlight. Because he said that it wasn't safe for us at the time, or was that just for the day?
He was saying that it wasn't at the time because of the fact that you guys literally were like fugitives breaking into a bank and so on and so forth, put inside prison. You know, there's a reason why it wasn't safe at the time.
Gotcha.
You're
Okay,
good now, though.
Oh, we're fine now.
I mean,
No
in
one-
theory, right? Because he took care of it. He's on the council.
It's
Once
true.
more
When's the last time we
with
talked to
feeling.
him?
Yesterday?
We
Just
talked to him in the
before you
morning.
left,
Yeah,
yeah.
in the morning. Yeah.
That she probably wouldn't want to go back to Dwayne's.
You would not?
No.
Oh,
Would you guys head towards where you had originally planned to go? Because if Ophios doesn't come across, I'm just saying this out loud. If Ophios doesn't see you guys and stays in town for a few days, that's where he's gonna head next, where he knew you guys were heading.
Well, no, they're gonna go back to that city for sure. She's just like she might meet up and talk to him, but they're not gonna go. She's not gonna go stay
Would you guys
at his
actually head
place.
back
It's
to
just, like,
Hardgwen, or would you, knowing that whole thing we just talked about him, I'll allow a little retcon here, or would you stay in that town where unfortunately got attacked recently, that's outside of Hardgwen, instead of going back into the city with the complications?
what's closer?
That town. You
The
went that
smaller
way to
town.
follow the tracks, yeah?
Time of day?
I mean, you hunted for the better part of the day, but still sunlight.
We could probably make it to town. It'd be like sunsetish.
A little before, but yeah.
the smaller town, or
Yeah, small town.
oh,
The
then
bigger
maybe
town
we
would
would
take
just stay there.
Late evening. Yeah.
If you stay in
Small
that
town.
town, the Devoski's camp will be just outside of town. You probably would be able to see it from that tiny town, but not that it matters to you.
Yeah. So you guys would go there. Then just the last question I would ask is, how long do you think your characters would stay in that town to kind of recuperate before you started heading back to
Before the night.
Probably just the
Satish?
night.
Cool. That makes sense. Then actually I can shore it up with after Ophios spends the better part of that day, that evening, whatever, looking around for his companions and unable to find them. He would eventually make his way over back to where he knows, like, I know we were this way. I think we came to this town. I know for a fact we were in the city, and we were for a fact over that direction when we got attacked, and we can kind of deal with that next session. So awesome.
Wait,
There's more.
before we go, can I do this on the stuff today, or do you want me to wait?
You want to
Oh
identify?
yeah, that's perfectly fine. So the bow that you had gathered is a +1 bow. The one of the potions that you gathered was actually a potion of what's it called, bull strength. So again, it's just like a ability adjustment, but does the bull strength thing, which gives you the temporary health points. Which is one of the reasons why he was able to take as many hits as he could, is because he actually had temp HP from that potion.
That was a longbow, right? Longbow +1.
Longbow +1, correct. So that was he had one of those potions.
Longbow strength. Okay.
Correct. He did have a potion of greater cure, the greater cure wounds, or greater healing, whatever it's called. And then the last potion he had was actually a potion of pass without trace. You can cast the spell, but sometimes you don't want to have to, have the spell memorized or whatever it is to do. So those are the three that he had there. There's the bow, there's that. And the axe is magical. You know the axe is powerful and magical, but you actually aren't able to identify the powers of the axe.
Great.
You just know that it's got some pretty decent magic to it, and that it's actually pretty hot to the touch. So you imagine it on top of just having that +1 chance to hit. If it hits, it probably also does fire damage as well and whatnot. That probably was one of the ways he was able to keep his troll hounds tame. I mean, having a flaming axe or whatever that was, that would definitely help to keep troll hounds in line. Just touch them with it, right?
Makes sense to me.
And then the whistle that you had found.
Oh yeah.
When you blow the whistle, I mean, it's one of those things where it hits a pitch that you can just barely hear. The frequency it gives off, you can just barely hear. Elijah's a very intelligent person. If he had to guess, this is meant to be a frequency that most likely the troll hounds would be able to respond to, but other people would have a harder time hearing. You know what I mean? So even when you blow it, it's like you can hear it. It's not quite dog whistle frequency, but it's difficult to hear, you know? So which is kind of cool. Maybe we'll be able to use in the future, maybe not, but I will say it's not magical. It's not like it's like, and you summon a magical creature, right?
No, that'd be too cool. Yeah.
Yeah. So,
You
anyways.
mean bears? Snaga is asking if you meant bear's endurance instead of bull strength.
I did mean bear's endurance. Thank you, Snaga. I do appreciate it.
Oh. Okay.
Thank you.
All right, I got that on my sheet, so we can distribute that whenever next week.
Yeah, you're good to go. Well, I mean, honestly, we know who's getting the axe. You know what I mean? And Rena actually also happens to use the longbow. So unless Elijah wants, oh wait, he's a mage. He's got long spells.
Rena, add the longbow +1 to your sheet if you haven't, because I'm gonna remove it from mine.
Yep.
It'll be on the search. You can search for it. Just
Actually,
Oh, really?
You already have a longbow, don't you, Rena?
I do.
You just change the name to +1, and then in the magic category, when you
Oh,
press
whoops.
the little cog,
My bad. Sorry.
you just add under the magic area, you add a 1 to it. Wow.
yeah, or just drag and drop a longbow +1 on your sheet
And
and
delete the
delete the
regular
cursed
one.
one?
That's
Yeah.
easier.
I was gonna say.
Yeah, let me see
Okay.
if this one's cursed. No, it's not.
What? What?
Yeah, you
Oh
can
my
have
God.
that. Longbow
Okay.
+1, definitely not cursed.
So okay, I see. Drag that.
And then
I just
Rena,
deleted it, so it's all yours.
Rena for the axe, while we
Okay,
have everybody
got it.
here, I'm going to start making adjustments on the axe for you. If Tyler wants to start his outro. Tyler, would you like to go first? Or Rena, do you want, or who wants to go first?
Tyler,
I-
can
Fight
go
over it.
first.
I don't
Tyler,
care.
go first.
Sure. Hi, I'm Tyler. I'm really tired
Tyler.
today, if you didn't notice, but I just got my flu shot today, and you should get your flu shot too. Because even though COVID's going on, the flu still exists, and it still needs to, herd immunity and stuff like that. And I'm immunocompromised, so it's probably a good idea to get your flu shot. Anyway, you can find me on twitch.tv/apocalypto_12 or youtube.com/apocalypto12. Unfortunately, I have not had a video for 2 weeks in a row because my editor is in hurricane country right now and has not had power for over a week. Hopefully that gets sorted out. Hopefully he's safe. Hopefully his family's safe. Hopefully everybody who's being affected by those storms are safe. So that's a thing. Hopefully that'll be kicking up. But you can find me everywhere on apocalypto_12. I am in a Warhammer campaign
more
over on
with
Roll For It
feeling?
on Sunday mornings at 10 a.m. is when that starts. And starting next week on Wednesday, I'm going to be over on Doxy's channel. That's Zero, ZER, the number 0, Doxy, on Twitch for a Greek mythology kind of inspired D&D session where you'll get to meet a different character of mine. And no, he is not a reptile.
Huh, for once. Rena, would you like to tell us about all the wonderful things that you have been doing and how you are the only person I know that giggles and smiles during Dark Souls instead of getting drunk and swearing? You drink too.
I do. I drink too. I laugh to hide the pain. Otherwise, it'd be too painful losing 4,000, 12,000 plus souls every time. Sucks. Anyway.
Neil knows nothing about that. Neil spends his souls well. Go ahead.
Anyway, yeah, I'm Rita the Destroyer. I like to stream when I can. I've been extremely busy though recently. No, but when I do stream, I stream Dark Souls, which I'm trying to finish. I'm not very good at it, I will admit, but it's a lot of fun. nonetheless. And on the opposite spectrum, Fall Guys and Animal Crossing too, which is super fun. So yeah, that's what I do. But as always, these guys are way cooler than I am, so please go check them out.
I mean, everybody already checks me out, so I don't have to worry about it.
So, okay, just tell Scott to fuck off and then check the other two out. Yeah.
I
There you
agree.
go.
Yes, I give my my verbal consent to what Rena said is completely true. Scott is bad and I am good. Thank you.
Wow.
Is that your whole thing, Rena? Are you done?
Oh yeah, I'm done.
Oh, okay. Well, good. I'll play myself in. First of all, I want to start by saying that I'm also going to be in a Greek mythology campaign on Wednesdays over at Zero Doxy's channel. It was funny because both Tyler and I got sniped, and then Rena didn't, which sucks because she honestly does the best in this show than either of us two do. But I'm excited for that one. That's going to be. I've never played a Theros campaign. I'm looking forward to that. I have made a character, and it is not a human, so that's great. So go check that out. Actually, there's only one human in the campaign, but I won't say who it is.
Gee, I wonder who it is.
Yeah, well, you'd be surprised. And Tyler, you're right. We should all go get our flu shots. And do you know why, Tyler, we should do that? Because it's the holiday season, and during the holiday season,
God.
for
Oh,
Christ's sake,
All right,
and the
okay,
last thing you
okay,
want to do in the
there you go.
holidays.
Okay, I took care of it. It's all good. I booted them. So, anyways, if you're new to the channel, one of the things I want to say is we currently have 3 campaigns going on in the same world in the same timeline. Timeline. That's a funny thing to say right now, but
What's
that's
time?
fine. Yeah, what's time, baby? Don't hurt me. Neil, don't hurt me with your souls. So yeah. Anyways, there was Jesus, I lost myself. 3 campaigns, all in their own stories, all with their own cast of characters, all in their own thing going on, but they're actually interweave with one another. For instance, if you were watching earlier today and you saw a certain bird get shot down by an arrow, that's a reference to something that happened recently in a different campaign, and everything happening in those campaigns. Well, let's just say the PCs of those campaigns are mad at this one, and so on and so forth. And I actually have a 4th campaign coming out soon on Monday night, so that would make 4 games. That one, I won't lie, it's an idea that I had an idea that I've been kind of talking about, but the person I was talking to came up with a way better version, a better idea than I'm excited about it. I'm just hammering down my 3rd PC for that one. It's gonna be really cool, so I'm happy about it. Anyway, so there'll be 4 campaigns, same world, same timeline, same everything, impacting each other. That one will be more removed than these, but they'll still see the impacts of this world and vice versa, but much more muted, just so it can be its own entity, right? Anyways, Rena, I did correct your character sheet. I don't know if you noticed at the top of your weapons list, I have your great axe, your new powerful one.
I see that. Yeah, all caps there.
As well as your
Nice.
one-handed, two-handed brim battle axe, and then a gap
Nice.
behind itself. It's all your. Oh no, those swords, those axes are up there too. Oh, with your hand axes, of course, up with the rest of your axes. Then it's your growing bastard sword and your dagger, and then below that, it's your ranged weapon, the longbow. So I worked it
Nice.
up nicely, and cool.
Is it just
Appreciate
me,
you,
or does
thank you.
Rena have all of the best items ever of any of the campaigns?
I think technically Kingmaker has all the best items of the games. They have a lot of powerful.
I meant
magic
of
items.
one character.
Oh, one individual character. I would say I think she does, and the fact that it's funny too because one of these things it was not supposed to be hers. One of these things was very much supposed to belong to somebody else, but they wanted to hide it under their pillow for so long, and then somebody else wanted to sneak behind their back while they were in another plane of existence and have it go in anyways. And then it was supposed to be used against you, but that didn't happen.
Now
Yeah,
it's mine. Thanks.
apparently.
Okay.
Rena has incredible armor, a weapon that can cut through and destroy magic barriers and defenses.
Yes.
Yep.
Now has this brimstone thing, a +1 longbow,
Mhm.
a headband of wisdom
Mhm.
ridiculousness.
I have the things.
Yep. Yeah. Luckily, you're capped out for things that you can sort of looking to adhere to. What's it called? Link
Attune.
to.
Attune to.
Attune to. You're capped out on what things you could attune to, but
I am, yeah.
hey, weapons can just keep coming, can't they? Hey. All right, cool. Let's get Ophios back, because that poor boy has almost nothing. He has 2 things on his head, and
I'm carrying all of his shit. Yeah.
he just stole
Sorry.
clothes from somebody and got yelled at it. Like riff raff, street rat. I don't
Street
buy
snake.
that.
What are you doing? Like
Ponies
that.
that slither closer when they see a poor snake nursery. Bates finds out we should end this stream right
Before
now.
Disney D&D.
We should. I won't lie. I have been wanting to do a Princess D&D for so long. Oh yeah.
Please?
No, Rena, I'm not even joking. I really, I'm trying to get together this like a 24-hour charity stream where like we switch off who's DMing and who's PCing, because like I can't DM the entire 24 hours. That's not like safe. But you know, like where I could like switch between DMing and PCing, little like a story. I don't know if I want it to be multiple little stories or like one big story. All at
Ooh.
yeah, but like switch DMs between it and do like some really nifty shit. And
What
so
if it's all a bunch of little stories that all meet together at the end?
well, I won't lie. Like doing, see, I loved the idea of if you wanted to do like a Disney princess thing. But what's the name of that video game that you used to always play?
Me?
Yeah,
Oh, Kingdom Hearts?
Kingdom Hearts style, where it's like so the characters like you travel with, like
Yes.
so you kind of like have like going through multiple worlds as these adventures. You couldn't have the same one character because it's difficult to do, because that means I suppose like a PC for 24 hours straight. I could totally do that. But anyways, yeah, I thought that'd be kind of that'd be a really cool
Ooh,
charity
so
thing.
down.
Yeah.
I'd do that.
Who are we rating? Let's see. Oh, Wade's playing. Wade's playing Dragon Ball Z. Well, is anybody surprised? That's all. Raid Wade. Everybody, can you just spam in chat Raid Wade? So or do hold on. Raid Wade. There we go. You can just spam that in chat. That good? Everybody want to copy paste that? All right, ready? Here we go. Everybody get ready to copy paste. On your marks, get sets, go.